Live.
We're gonna stand together.
Go get my link so I can bring you on mine.
I come this way before.
I emailed it to you. I just emailed it to you.
And like
I'm gonna get my phone charger really quick.
Okay.
not know me, sometimes you see I know we couldn't make it. Even when I'm off beat, I still land on my feet. And nothing can shake me, cause I know life took a hold on. Never. This is where I am destined to be. I'm not ready to give up. I believe in the miracle of life. Life's a play with no rehearsal. Learn quickly, they'll come for your blow. Games can play, can't take it personal. Cause the devil is a lie. Tell you the truth. It's all in what you do. Some things you gotta do. Fight the millions. Take a second, see the blessing in it. When much expected, much is given. When I made the living, now I'm giving back to children. Never let the power come first before your happiness. Yes, you can be the best if you go the distance. Mix a little sweat with your persistence. You know that the best things are never instant. Just shine up, let them see your brilliance. Get up, open up your eyes now. It's the moment of truth. You know backing down. We're bringing it tonight. Oh, for the children, it's a given. You gotta give.
Where Rob at?
This is my personal statement. Run the game like I'm ASICS. Learn to develop patience, determined to be the greatest. Yeah, bobbing and weaving, they changing up like the seasons. Indigenous to the grind, so I do it for all my people. Jabbing the competition, back up against the ropes. You fighting for recognition. I'm fighting just to promote equality where we lacking. While cancer slowing our road, I'm confident we'll make it. We focus on common goals. Yeah.
Give back, give love, give something away. Never give up, stand tall to fight another day. 2 toes, 2 feet, I stand on the ground. I'm gonna wrestle and fight this final round.
Nice to play with no rehearsal.
Learn quickly, they'll come for your goal. Games can play, can't take it personal. Cause the devil
Devil is a lie. Hey, telling you the truth. Hey, it's all in what you do. Hey, the things you gotta do. Hey, hey, Sergeant Cheryl Dorsey in the building, in the flesh, in real time. How you doing?
I'm doing good. What's up? What's up?
Appreciate it. We got DB sitting on first, man. We got Al, Carol, Phil, 508. What up, Phil? We just played your favorite part, boxing conversation with Reggie Owens, Holmes, D. McGee, Hunter, Sergeant Cheryl Dorsey. Hey, DB, what's good? Duke, what's up, man? Everybody in the building, man. What's up, Eric G. Brown? And we have Cheryl Dorsey in the building, man. We're gonna get right to it. Right to it. How was your week? What's going on? How's court TV and all that stuff?
It was a good week. It was a good week. And so I got to share something with you guys because you haven't seen it for the LA family. I did a commercial on last week. And so it started airing today, caught me by surprise because folks started hitting me up and saying, hey, I saw your commercial.
Beautiful.
It's been running for sure on Channel 7. I did get a chance to check it out there. Don't know what other channels it's on, but what it's all about is there is effort underway to criminalize menthol tobacco. Did you know that?
No,
Friend?
not at all.
That's why I'm here, sir, to tell you everything you don't know.
Yeah. Thank you.
So, who said? Did somebody, G Brown? Did you say you saw it? Okay, so you saw it, G Brown. Yeah. So here's the deal. I've been talking about this now for about 2-3 years, and folks don't even know that this is going on. It's a thing. And there is an effort. It's already law in a few places in Oakland, San Francisco, Wisconsin, and a few others cities and states. They are working to make it law in New Jersey statewide. They're not going city by city, but here's the deal. They are trying to criminalize the use of menthol tobacco products. And you know who smokes menthol? I'm talking about Cool, Benson and Hedges, Salem, Newport. You know who smokes those? Black and brown folks.
Some immigrants from Africa.
And so, it's under the guise of smoking is bad. I get that. I don't smoke. I used to years ago. But if you want to speak to people about the ills of tobacco use, then educate. Don't criminalize it. And why are they only criminalizing menthol and not Marlboro or Camel or whatever white folks smoke?
Yeah.
It's a problem. And so I believe, as do others who I belong to a group of attorneys, prosecutors, law enforcement officers. It's called LEAP, Law Enforcement Action Partners. And I have been speaking with them and on my own about the unintended consequences. In other words, can you imagine if some young millennial is driving down the street and let's say over in Culver City, it's been banned. I spoke to their city council a few months back and they banned it. So if you're driving with a Newport in your mouth and you just leave Compton and you heading over to Venice Beach on your way through Culver City, it could be a problem. And if the police pull you over, there's no young Black person who's going to believe that they are pulling them over for a legitimate reason. Unintended consequences, they're going to think they're being racially profiled. And then you know what happens after that, right? Contempt of cop, you piss one off, and then you're on the back end of an Eric Garner situation, right? So this commercial has started to air. There is a Senate Bill 793. Check it out, California family. You need to contact your legislators and let them know that you are opposed to the criminalization of menthol tobacco products. Senate Bill 793. It's a thing.
That don't even sound realistic. That don't even sound like normal.
Well, and that's why it's real like shh, don't talk about it too much. But it's a thing, and it's been going around. I first wrote an article in a magazine called Ozzy, O-Z-Y. I don't know if you're familiar with that, and I don't even know if I can maybe I can bring it up. You gave me the ability to share stuff, right? I'll share the article with you, and you can read about what I refer to as unintended consequences of this particular law. But it's a thing.
Jesus. And will this be on the ballot in November?
Well,
or is it they just
it's kind of going city by city, and so like right now, Los Angeles City Council is considering whether or not they want to ban menthol tobacco products in Los Angeles. It's going city by city by city. I spoke at the city council in Compton, and right now they put a hold on it. They started talking about this because of vaping and the problems that were associated with the kids and vaping, and because the kids are vaping with flavored tobacco. Sure. So while that's problematic, there are they decided to lump into that menthol tobacco, and that's where the cigarettes came in. And so DB, he's already talking about it. Yeah, Culver City, Santa Monica, Orange County. Yeah, it's a problem. But yeah. So what were you asking me? I'm sorry.
No,
I'm multitasking.
No, as you should. But Drew Titan got a message for you.
What's Drew? Oh, Drew, I got another proposal.
By the way, did you get a ring in the mail?
Look, OG, who is that? OG Grant? Yeah, he just talking. He just talking. He ain't serious. I called his bluff and then crickets. Crickets. I ain't heard nothing. Listen, he was sliding over to my channel, right? He was, just saying little sweet nothings, over there on my channel, right? When he thought with nobody looking, it was just he and I, right? And I called his bluff. Size 7, dude. Where you at? Crickets. I ain't heard nothing else from it.
Triple OG, man. You slacking on your temper. Hey, we got Pastor Darryl Ward in the building. Pastor Darryl Ward. Oh man, we in the barbershop, Pastor. So tell us what you told Asia Brown in the city council.
Well, what I said is that I'm concerned because it just gives police another reason to deal with us, another tool in their box of bullshit. Why they would stop and deal with someone. And again, if a young millennial is pulled over for having a menthol tobacco cigarette, they are going to swear that they are being racially profiled. There's probably going to be some, fuck you. And then the next thing you know, they pulling your ass out the window and you don't even understand why, because you can't believe that having a Newport cigarette is somehow problematic. Because when you left Compton, it wasn't. But now you're in Culver City and it is.
So what's the crime? Like, what's the hey, what you in for? Smoking a cigarette.
Right. And that's the whole problem with it is that
how do you, so we gotta pay, so they pay $15. I don't know how much is the pack of cigarettes now.
About 20, I think. I don't know.
Oh, they pay $20 for a pack of cigarettes, and we pay $50,000 a year to keep them in jail.
And that was the whole problem behind the situation with Eric Garner, because they said that he's out there selling loosies, and I mean, okay, is that really a big deal? I get that whatever tax revenue New York and other places can't get because of people selling loosies, but is that reason enough to do what they did to Eric Garner? I don't think so. And there was another young man, I think up in Northern California, who was stopped because he had some cigarettes and he shouldn't have, because he was a minor, and the officers wound up roughing him up. So it just gives officers yet another reason, to deal with us. And it's going to lead to a use of force, because nobody is going to believe that it's a crime to possess a Newport cigarette, a menthol, just menthol.
Now, can you feel, by the way, Pastor Darryl Ward, he paying his tithes this week.
That's what's up.
We appreciate you, man. You give me a 10%, brother. We appreciate it. We appreciate you, man. Hey, he paying tithes to one heathen. I'm not going to speak for myself.
Yeah, but, you can lump me in. I backslide every now and again.
Can you explain the difference between tobacco and methanol?
You mean menthol?
Menthol, yeah, menthol.
It's just a flavor. Menthol is just a flavor, and that's why that's why this is BS, because they're not looking to ban all tobacco, just menthol.
Menthol.
And menthol tobacco products are like Newport cigarettes, Cool cigarettes, Benson and Hedges, Salem, and I don't know what else is out there that has the menthol in it, but typically that's what we smoke. Typically we smoke menthol, black and brown folks. I think 85% of the menthol tobacco users are black and brown.
So they would put the cigarette companies out of business, or I'm confused.
No, they're not trying to put them out of business. They're just saying that they're just criminalizing it. And that's why it's so crazy, because it just gives the police a reason to deal with you. Like when they first criminalized alcohol, right? During prohibition or whatever, right? So it was a crime to have alcohol. So that gives the police a reason to deal with you. If you are in possession of a menthol cigarette, then they could stop you and say, well, where did you get it from? Who sold it to you? What store? Or, create a underground market, where because people who smoke are going to go get them, right? You're going to figure out how to get it.
So now that becomes so methane cigarettes becomes a black market item.
Meth. You keep saying methane. That's gas, dude.
Yeah, that's why.
You messing me up. Menthol. Menthol. Yeah, menthol. Flavor.
And all that does is add flavor.
The menthol. Menthol is the flavor.
So what's a non-menthol?
Camel.
Camel is a non-menthol.
Marlboro.
Hmm.
I'm not I don't, I can't rattle them off like because I don't smoke, but I know Camel doesn't have menthol. So, and you know who smokes,
Yeah.
Marlboro. It ain't
Yeah.
us,
Yeah. My
right?
dad smoked Newports or Cool or something. I know it was a green
Yeah,
pack. I'm not sure
yeah,
what it was,
yeah.
but
That's what we do,
hmm
and that's why it feels like we're being targeted yet again. Because it's not that you're saying, well, we want to ban all tobacco, then ban all tobacco, make all of it illegal. But you're only banning menthol? What's up with that?
man, that's a new. I told you, I say this quite often, Sarge, that they don't call us nigger anymore. You know what I mean? That will get an immediate reaction out of us. They just create laws to keep us binded. You know what I mean? Dude, you know what that would I just like it does. It's financially it don't make sense. You know, financially it don't make sense. Drew Titan said we stop smoking, they'll invent something else. Man, we in a whole heap of trouble. Hey, I sent you an article. Check your
Yes.
email. I'll talk about it briefly. A friend of mine wanted your response to this.
You sent me an article?
Yeah, it's in your email.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's in your email. I literally just sent it to you.
Oh,
And,
okay.
and it's basically let me get it. Let me pull it up right now.
I'm gonna go look while you're telling me.
Yeah, the title of the article is Family of Woman Whose Corpse Was Allegedly Molested by LAPD Officers Sues City and Officer.
Okay.
Have you ever heard of something like that?
Yeah, I remember. I remember when that happened, and I think what the guy did, it sounds like really salacious, but I think what he did is that he was fondling her breasts. I mean, that's pretty, that's pretty nasty, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
he was fondling her breasts. I think, he wanted to know if she had implants or something. But cops are pigs. They're just stupid.
uh and
He's
how did you find
27
out?
years old, huh?
Oh, he's 27 years old.
He's 27 years old, and his name is David Rojas. And him and another officer were investigating the death of a young woman over on Skid Row. And dumbass, he forgot to turn off his body camera.
That's how he got caught.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's what happened. I remember when that happened. Yeah, dumbass, he forgot to turn off his body camera, and so he's over there groping the woman's breast because he thought it would be funny.
Mm.
Only not so much because now that ass, I think he might have even gotten fired for it.
Whew.
And so now, and the city will pay, like, when they catch somebody, doing something stupid, they will pay. I
Mhm.
don't know how much they will pay, but they will pay. And that's why I say that, back to our discussion about qualified immunity and officers being held liable, because really, truthfully, what is he going to learn if
Mm.
it's taxpayer money? If it's taxpayer citizens of Los Angeles who are going to go into their pocketbooks to pay for his foolishness,
Mm.
what has he learned other
Mm.
than he lost a job? I know we've talked about this before. There's an effort by one of the senators in Gardena, Bradford, who's trying to pass
Yeah.
legislation that would decertify a jackass like him so that when LAPD fires him, he can't go and get a job over in Hawthorne or Rialto, or you pick a city, right?
Mhm.
But
Yes.
he could conceivably go get a job somewhere else
Mm.
and maybe grow up a live person next time. I don't know.
That seems sick, but he was. I mean, that's definitely sick behavior, and he forgot to cut his camera off. You know what I mean? He deserved it. Let him let him deal with that. We ain't got to deal with that. We also talked about um the black police officer that I sent you yesterday. The black police officer, yet he got fired because he spoke up on George Floyd, and you said you actually found him yesterday.
Yeah, I did, because I was a paid investigator,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Uh,
So I did. I found him, and more than that, I actually had a conversation with him. He called me. I wasn't sure because I'm imagining that he probably gets a lot of
now.
people coming for him, and I wanted him to know that I'm not crazy. I
Uh-huh.
might look crazy, but I'm not. And so he called me, and we talked. And I asked the brother, what does he ultimately want to do? What's his long game? And so he's still kind of trying to figure it out because this is all very new to him. I encouraged him to get an attorney and get his job back, because now they have changed the policy with regards to social media and what you can do and can't do. It was kind of really vague before.
Sure.
And so my position is that you can't be fired for something retroactive, right?
Yeah.
They did, but it would be up to him to fight back. So I encouraged him to do that, because I believe, and I also asked him to, come on my platform on next week. I hope that he will, so we could talk about it, because I said, as long as you don't allow them to operate in a vacuum, I think it's much better to, I say, if you're going to have intercourse with me, I want you to do it in public, right?
Yeah.
I don't let you just operate in a vacuum.
Facts.
And so let's talk about it. And it's Greensboro Police Department is the agency that he worked for. And he was only there for a little over a year. I was trying to be clear to understand if he was off probation and vested, because when you're not off probation, it's very easy. You're pretty much at will.
Yeah.
But he says he was off probation and that he, had all the rights and standing as of a full-fledged officer. So
he had just got the job. He was just on.
He'd only been on for a little over a year.
Wow. How long is probation typically for an officer?
Well, it just depends, because, depends on the agency. For me, it was 18 months.
Damn.
Yeah. It was
probation?
Yeah, it was 6 months in the academy and then 12 months in the field.
Wow.
For me. I don't know if every
department the academy counts for some of your probation. Okay, that helps out. Did you have so you were by Dodger Stadium, correct? Police Academy by Dodger Stadium.
Correct.
How is the academy, by the way?
Oh, it was hard. It was tough because, first of all, I didn't know what to expect. And, if you're not a physical person, and I wasn't, per se, but at the time when I joined, they did have a program in place for the women to help us get in some kind of physical shape, because upper body strength has always been an issue. And that would get a lot of females that were trying to get field certified, because, when I joined LAPD, there weren't really a whole lot of women in patrol. It hadn't been very long before they even allowed women to be field certified. The females were actually police women. They wore skirts, right? Dinosaurs roamed the earth back then. And so there weren't a whole bunch of females. And the police academy was really hard because they had you do pull-ups and, push-ups. And, we just don't have the upper body strength for that. But because they were trying to hire more women, they had a program in place where we really did have an opportunity to come up there and practice 3 times a week and kind of go through an academy-like routine to get us in physical shape. But even once I started the academy, because it was quasi-military, they did things to us that they knew our bodies, could not handle for the most part, because they were trying to break us down, build us up, right? Like the military, break you down physically, break your mind down, and then build you back up into something that is pleasing to them.
Sure.
So it was difficult. But for me, I had quit a job to do a job. So I was like, okay, y'all could torture me. You got 2 hours every day. PT was for 2 hours. Do what you will. But I am not going to quit. I don't care what you do. So.
And you made it.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I'm the kind of girl, if you tell me no, Fred,
yeah.
then I must.
Yeah, I get that. I totally get that from you. Wireless blood shop earbuds. Beam in. I want you to beam in and talk about your product. He has he created earbuds.
Oh.
And he sent me some, and if he wants to beam in and talk about his product, and you can chop it up and make it a commercial, and we can repost it somewhere. But so he has his wireless earbuds, and similar to Apple, comparable to Apple, better than Apple, and he's he went all in. You know, he went all in on his business. So I'm excited for him to call in or beam in if he wants to do either of the two. You know what I mean? So hit that link I just put in the comment section. So in the meantime, between time, were you an Oscar De La Hoya fan at all?
You know, I like boxing. Not so much Oscar. I mean, I kind of quit watching boxing when, oh Lord, who's calling me? Is this a potential husband? Could be. I like boxing back in the day. You know, I'll tell you, I'm not real good, but I like to watch Sweet Pea, right? I know that name.
Cornell.
Yeah, I like that. Um, Lennox Lewis, right?
Yeah,
Back when
heavyweight.
the heavyweights were really heavyweights, right? And
Uh-huh.
there were more of us, right?
Uh-huh.
You see, there were more of us.
Yes.
So whoever was fighting around the whole Lennox Lewis, you know,
Mhm.
Evander Holyfield, of course, Mike Tyson. I call myself a little boxing aficionado. I would watch,
Yeah.
but I'm not Oscar, not so much. He didn't really do much for me.
Yeah, and he probably wouldn't have liked you anyway. He probably would have liked your brother instead. You know.
Okay. Well,
Did you
there's that.
did you ever see that picture of him in fishnet stockings and all that?
No, can't say that I have.
Are you so shit? Oh,
Why would I?
well, when we get our next phone, well, when someone calls in, I'll get the picture and put it up,
Okay.
and I will gladly show it to
Well,
you.
you know, listen, so here's the deal. I mean, that
Yeah.
doesn't surprise me because, you know, I don't want to generalize, but I will tell you, you know,
I
having
think
worked LAPD and being downtown LA, Skid
well, that's
Row,
pretty much what it is. Go ahead. Mhm.
that's kind of a common theme with that culture.
Mhm.
There were a lot of folks who
Mhm.
were either undercover switch hitters. You know, we used to call them. Probably shouldn't say this, but we called them dragons back in the day.
Mm.
And there were a lot of them that were downtown Los Angeles who lived in the hotels and things, and then you had
Yep.
the
Yep.
truckers, you
Yep.
know, who come
On
through
7th Street.
on Alameda and all of that, and then they
Yep.
would come and pick up the dragons, and Hispanics were really a lot of them for whatever reason. I don't know.
Really? Uh,
Yeah, it was a lot of them.
we
Hey,
got
Loretta from Texas. I got some of my family over here on I'm jumping between the two streams.
okay, as you should, as you should. We got Jay
Yeah.
Coates in the building, and he gonna talk about his wireless buds, man. What's up, Jay?
Hey, what's up there, Fred? How you doing, King?
Oh, I'm feeling great, man. I appreciate you, brother. Take your time, man. We got Cheryl Dorsey, myself on, and feel free to take your time and talk about it. And I'll be talking about it a lot more in my videos, but feel free to elaborate to people.
Hello, Queen. How you doing today?
I'm doing well. I'm excited to hear about your invention, your product. What's going on with you?
Well, it's called earbuds, and what it is, it's a wireless earbud. And the reason what really made me get into it is because I got 7 kids for one, and all of them wanted these Apple AirPods, and I'm like, Apple products cost like $200 per, 250 per for each one of these units. And you know how kids are, they lose them all the time. And after I really checked them out, I said, you know what? I'd have been to China, and I have a lot of contacts over there. So I communicated with some people over there, and we put together what we call now earbuds. And Apple products run about, like I said, around 200. We're giving you the same product for $59.99 and free shipping,
Oh, they about to
and
come.
gives you the same exact thing. You get the noise cancellation, you get the 5 hour talk time, you give the crisp and clean. I'm speaking on it now, so I'm pretty much sure you hear me pretty good. And it's black owned. So and I wanted to have something that we buy into ourselves because we're sending so much money out our community, but they're not sending it back to our community. So I wanted to have something that we say, hey, these are ours. And I even put the black fist on it as well.
I saw that. I saw that. That was really dope. Yeah.
Definitely
And
into power.
how long have you been in business?
Well, with the earbuds, I just started that, but I've been in business since I was 21 years old. So I've been in business
Entrepreneur,
basically
serial
my whole entire
entrepreneur,
life.
huh? Hey, people like
Yes,
post the link. And here's what we need to do. Here's what I need him to get at least 50 reposts. Okay. We gonna get people gonna do it. We gonna see if we get you 50 reposts tonight in your Instagram stories. So you got to tell us what's your IG. Put your IG in there. Put your IG, put your link to a picture of your earbuds that's on your Instagram page and put that in the link, and it's $59. Man, he got to get at least 50 reposts, man. Man, we're saving 75% on the 75% on the dollar. You know what I mean? And people like, how can I invest? You gonna DM him, and that's what you're gonna do. You're gonna DM him, and y'all can talk business. Maybe you can set up shop. I don't know. Y'all figure it out. You know what I mean? But work it out, and before they come and buy him out, you understand? He got to raise the value. They're gonna come buy you out or put you out of business somehow, some way. Okay, they're true. Apple is a true $2 trillion business. $2 trillion. That's how much they're worth.
Yeah.
So, so before they do that,
actually, they made 12 billion in 2019.
yeah. They
made 12 billion last year in these AirPods.
Yep, I believe
and
it.
I want some of that. You know what I mean?
All the fighters wear them. All the fighters when they, because I'll be like, who they talking to? And they be having the earbuds in their ear. They all have it. They all had that because it's like the cool thing to have now, you know. And but yeah, man, we gotta get you 50 reposts. Well, 49 more, because as soon as I get off, I'm gonna repost it. But you got to put it in the link, man. You got to put it in the chat, homie.
Yeah, man, I got to figure out how to do it. You know, I'm a little old school, man. So I
got to copy and paste. Well, wake up one of your 7 kids, nigga. Wake
I
up.
was gonna say, all you need to go do is get a kid to do that.
Trust me, I'm gonna figure it out while I'm sitting here. You know,
copy and paste.
Yeah, some of your people know me by, you know, Jay Hardcore from Hardcore Boxing News as well. So.
Yeah, we actually did a fight together. Remember, we sat next to each other.
Yeah, we did that. That was down at the MGM in DC.
It was Lamont
Peterson. Devin Haney fight. Yeah.
Oh, that was Lamont Peterson. Lamont Peterson.
Weren't you at the Debbie Haney one too?
No, it was Lamont Peterson. It was Lamont Peterson.
The one, okay.
When he lost.
Yeah, it was me, you, Blue Bud.
Yeah. We all sat in the same row. Man, right. I'm not gonna play the role of your 8th child, but I'm gonna put it in the link. All right. Repost, y'all. All right, we're gonna repost in our stories. Okay. Repost $59. $59. All right, and that's what we're gonna do. And I tell all you guys, if y'all got product, I don't want to hear Fred don't help. Everyone has an open invitation to post their products. Okay. Everyone has an open invitation. Come on. We're a community. You got to get 50 reposts. Okay. 50 reposts. 59. I'm going to repost at the end of this show.
$59.99.
Man, $59, man. $59. And people going, I just put his Instagram. Tell your girlfriend, you can get, if you got 4 kids, it'll cost you $200. You know what I mean? And that's a beautiful thing, man. So we're gonna push it. We're gonna push it, and I'm gonna push it in my in my what you call it too, on my when I do stories and stuff too, on my on my when I do boxing videos too. I'll definitely put it in there. So, yeah, for sure, man, for sure. You gotta put a dent in it. You know what I mean?
Yes, indeed. I put my all into this one, man. I was like, you know what, this is my last business, and I want to make this my best business.
As it should. Cheryl Dorsey got she got wires on hers.
Yeah, I got the old, you know. I'm trying to hide my wires, but
that's
yeah.
Right. We're gonna get you wireless, sis.
Okay.
Do they work on Android phones as well?
It works on both. It works on both. Exactly.
Oh my gosh.
Yes,
It works on
indeed.
Android phones as well.
Exactly. I didn't want it to be segregated. I wanted to be able to go across all the
You believe in equality?
screens.
Jackie Robinson slid home in your household. He's safe, y'all. He's safe. He's safe. That's a beautiful thing, man. And we're gonna push
Indeed.
it. So it works on Android. All around strong. He's in your hood. All around strong. What's up, all around strong? Y'all in the same hood. You know, y'all can link up. He does personal training. Maybe you can give him a co-assignment deal. You know what I mean? He make a couple bucks off everyone he sells. You know, he got so
I'm
many.
willing to do that. You know what I mean? I'm
Yeah,
definitely willing to spread it around for sure.
yeah,
Man,
yeah.
the website is wirelessbudshop.com.
Uh-huh. They go onto your Instagram, right?
Again, wirelessbudshop.com.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's in the bio on the Instagram.
Mhm.
They can hit it from
Mhm.
there, yeah.
And when you sell all these new
Sure.
earbuds, you're gonna sell about at least 25 tonight. You got to come back on and say, I just want you to say barbershop conversations help me out. So people know in the community that they can come here and sell their product. You know what I'm saying?
Consider that
Yeah.
a done deal, Fred.
All
For sure.
right. Appreciate you, big
So,
homie. Now get off me. I gotta talk to this beautiful woman, man. You taking up too much
hey
of our
man, I wanted just to get on just to be beside her, so
well, your time's up, nigga.
I see you nigga later. Love y'all, man. Y'all take it easy.
Appreciate you, big homie. Appreciate you, big
So,
homie. Yeah. So we're gonna get you some earbuds. Drew Titan said, I will post on my gram wearing them during the workout. Facts. Yeah, Drew Titan works out 8 hours a day. You know what I mean? He got muscles. He got that motherfucker
I
swole.
want to see. I want to see.
Oh, Drew. He don't mind beaming in now. Oh, you
Okay.
ain't said nothing. Hey, Drew, you want to beam in? Drew ain't got no problem doing that. Yeah. Yo.
Is he an exhibitionist?
Oh, he has no problem. Drew is that nigga, man. Drew is that nigga. Yeah, we're gonna
Oh, okay. I'll be
we gonna
careful what I ask for,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, he'll hop on a jet right now. 3,000 miles ain't a thing to him. He's a
That's
former
what's
cop.
up.
9 years. NYPD.
Um, oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Yes.
Then you might know some of my colleagues over there on NYPD. Corey Pagay, I forget how he says his name.
Oh,
Drew, I don't know if you can hear me. Noel Leader is another name.
Mhm.
Vernon Wells, some of
Mhm.
my
Oh, he gonna beam
colleagues.
in. He gonna beam in. Oh man. See, wireless. We appreciate you, big homie. We appreciate you, man. Thanks for the support. We're gonna support you because I see no reason why we should be supporting Apple. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was like, do you remember Stephon Marbury when he came out with the shoes and he was competing against the Jordans?
You asking me?
Yeah, right.
Really? Are you asking
But
were they red bottoms? Because if they
yeah.
wasn't red bottoms, I, you lost me.
Okay. He actually went to he actually told people my shoes are being manufactured in the same factory that these Nikes are being built, and people wouldn't buy them. You know what I mean? So, but anyways, man, it's just the branding. You know, people are
Yeah.
branding. You know, and,
What's Eric talking about? He got a muscle, dude. Stop.
hey, what he about to
He-
tell you? What the niggas
no,
about to tell you?
I think he talking about something else.
Hey,
Where these niggas be at when they
he doing all this and all that right now.
All right. Okay.
Hey,
Okay.
you know what that nigga said? Hey, Drew, that nigga down the street just called you. Hey, go see what he want. He jumped in the front of the line. Nigga, what's up?
Is this Mr. Drew?
Nah, this is Eric, man. This Eric.
This Eric with the muscle. Oh, okay, Eric.
No, it's not. I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
Somebody said they got a muscle and it was just one, so I'm wondering, I know about that one-eyed muscle. I don't know what you're talking about, sir.
No, that wasn't me. I didn't say
Okay.
that.
Okay. All right. Just
Yeah.
checking.
Okay. I just want to call in and say good evening to you, Queen.
Aw.
I
Hey.
I got your email. You told me that the book is on the way, so I'm
Oh,
definitely.
you're Eric from Texas.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, very good, very good. I'm glad that I was able to get that out to you. So thank you so much. I want to say thank you to you, sir, and everyone else who was so kind to want to know what's going on with me and my life and purchase
Right.
my autobiography. So thank you. I really, really appreciate your support and love. And so
Almost.
once you get it and start reading, then you got to tell me what you think about it. I really, would like to know. I'm always interested to hear feedback from others about, what I said about what I did.
Right, right. Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to getting it. Because I want to know everything I can about you so that when we talk, I can stimulate your mind. And
Well, I'm an open book. I'm an
right,
open book, and I the good, the bad, the ugly, and so you probably
right,
gonna learn some stuff. You'd be like, ooh,
right.
that was too much right there.
Right.
But
Well,
you know.
we all have a past.
So
But
just
I'm
don't
reading.
just don't judge me.
No, not at all, not at all. I'm actually reading two important books right now, but I'm gonna put those aside when I get your book and start reading that.
Okay, very good. Very good.
Yeah.
That nigga just licked his lips, dog. I'm about to turn.
Listen, Fred. I think he blushing. I think
That nigga, oh yeah,
cheeks
that
all
nigga's the
red.
blusher. That nigga's the blusher, nigga. Yeah,
Yeah, cheeks all red and
yeah.
stuff.
Hey, that nigga. Hey, I swear to God, he just combed his beard. I swear to God. I swear to God. That nigga just combed his beard. that nigga would have put that black oil on that shit. It's like, hey,
No, this is natural, you know.
I know everything.
Yes, I know it's always like this. But yeah, just wanted to come in and say thank you for that.
I appreciate you.
No problem. All right, I'm back in the chat, Fred.
You ain't got, don't talk to me, nigga. Shit. Oh man, appreciate you.
All right now.
All right, what? So I got a brilliant idea before I bring Drew in the building. Before I bring Drew in the building, Jay Hardcore, I got a brilliant idea. Monty is in the chat. She is most beautiful. Okay. She just did a commercial with Patty Dean promoting her medallions. She's gonna DM you. See, this is how we gonna keep it all in the family. Okay, y'all gonna talk and see if y'all can come to a consensus on the deal, because I think even if you use her as a model, you got that black fist on. Even if you use her as a model, Jay, uh, um, uh, it can definitely work out for you. So I'm advising you to hit her up and y'all do that, and then maybe y'all can work something out. And then we got the boy Drew in the building. Drew,
Where these niggas be at when they say they doing all this?
hey, where y'all niggas be at? Hey, Drew.
Yes. Good evening.
What's
How y'all
up?
doing?
Oh shit.
How you doing?
I'm doing
What's
good.
good?
How are you?
I'm taking a break. I'm at work right now. But, my boss kind of mad at me. So I said, I'm going to take a quick 15. You got to call in a personal. You remember all of that stuff. Call in a personal and, had to duck out of here real quick.
Cool.
Yeah, man. So how are you? When are you coming to New York?
With this COVID thing, I don't know. I used to come quite a bit. I have a good girlfriend who lives in Harlem. And I also come there because I roller skate, right? So I go to Branch Brook and roller skate.
Oh, you skate?
Yeah.
Oh.
So yeah. So my skate crew is in New York. Yeah, I skate with a crew. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we definitely got to get up. Do you jump rope?
No, not so
No?
much. Do I need to?
Yeah. Yeah.
Do
Yeah.
I need to?
Yeah.
I will.
Yeah. That's right. Hang with me, you gotta have to jump some rope. Hang with me, you gotta have to jump some rope. You have to jump some rope. You have to jump some rope.
Let's do that.
So I'm planning a date right now. So we got roller skating, we got a gym date, we're gonna jump some rope, and we're gonna eat some food.
Oh,
What you
see,
eat?
I'm a foodie. Oh, ooh, I'm a foodie. Yeah.
Yeah.
We
Like
talked about
what?
this last week, Fred.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, since I last saw you, I had my tomahawk, dude. I went to a Yamashiro. Are you
Okay.
hip to Yamashiro?
No, but I will.
Ooh, oof.
Mhm.
Yeah, it was
Well,
good.
when we officially meet, we'll go have some steaks. How about
Oh,
that?
absolutely.
Yeah, we'll go have some steaks for sure.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Well, when you come this way, Sylvia's is out. It's not the same anymore. It's not
Yeah,
real
you know,
sociable.
Melba's,
Melba's
right?
is good.
I like
Melba's is good.
Melba's.
Melba's is good. I'm gonna save a cheat day just for when you show up. All right,
Okay.
so I'm gonna do the mac and cheese and the Corvette. I normally don't do that stuff, but I'll do it when you come through. All right,
Okay.
so Harlem, we're gonna skate. We're gonna have a gym date. We're gonna do all that good stuff. We're gonna do
Okay,
all
so
that good stuff.
here's what you need to know, sir. I'm an
Okay.
elephant. And so you can't just tell me anything because I will not forget.
Okay. Are you
Okay.
following me on Instagram?
Listen, mess around and have me chip you.
Uh-oh.
I'll know where you are at all times.
Hey,
You still got a Glock 19?
Huh?
You still got a Glock 19?
I can't tell you what I got, but just all you need to know is that I understand I just need 2 pounds of pressure. Know that.
There it is. There it is, man. There.
hey,
6 P226. That was my favorite. That was my favorite. Yeah, man. Frank, when you coming up, man? When you coming back to the Bronx, Frank?
oh man, as soon as I get the okay, you know, the next fight I'll be there. You know, what I mean, when it opens up, you know, I don't miss them fights. You know, I like going to the East Coast. You know, all my family and stuff. That's like my shit.
Oh yeah. Barclays. That's how we're gonna do it, man.
Yeah,
And
for real.
I already told Blue, man. You know, next big fight in BK. Now I gotta go. Now I gotta go since fighters want to, you know, make threats and stuff. You know, dude, don't do it. Don't do it. I ain't even gonna go there. But you already know. I already ranted on that. But yeah, yeah. So your elephant, please. You can follow me on the gram. You can follow me on YouTube. And when you land in LaGuardia, hit me up. Ain't enough for me to take some time off. And we're gonna go roller skate. I ain't roller skating in a little while, but I can skate.
Okay.
So you real good at skating? You can skate for real?
I did all right for an older lady.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna hold you to it.
Okay. It's a date.
All right, look at my boss. He's looking at me right now, but he know what happened. All right, he know what happened. Mwah. All right, man. I'll see you later. All right, Frank, stay up, ma'am.
All love.
All right. See you soon.
In 2 and 2.
2 and 2.
Hey, everybody under 30 had no idea what I just did. Hey.
Yeah, right. Well, somebody already accused you of being Chuck Woolery, so goddamn love connection going on.
Oh, hey, shit, it's the barbershop. You know, what I mean? you came in here to get a lineup and walked out with 3 lunch dates. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what it is, you know what I mean?
It can happen like that.
Yeah. He's in the DMV area, Monty. He's in the DMV area, so that'll be cool. And what else? Oh yeah, Triple OG is in the chat, man. You know,
yeah, he said he's gonna have some surgery tomorrow, dude. If you need some chicken soup, let me know. I know my way around the kitchen too.
Hey, tell me something. So you got hit on what? How many times a day? Average? Today? No, average shift. When you were a police officer, average shift, 10 times, 5 times.
You know, not so much because generally, I'm taking them, away. So, yeah. People listen. I mean, I get y'all think I'm cute, me too, but they wasn't always happy to see me, right? Yeah. So, yeah, they wasn't always happy to see me.
So, what's your favorite place to travel to?
Ooh, Southeast Asia right now.
Really?
Yeah.
What countries?
Thailand.
Love Thailand.
China. Yeah. Phuket, Thailand specifically.
Oh, Phuket, the best.
Yes, yes.
You got $1,000. You could stay there a month.
I know, right?
It.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I like about it because the US, at least when I went, US dollar, one one US was eight of theirs.
8 baht, 8 baht.
No, 38. 38.
Yeah,
One
38.
US was 38.
Yeah,
Yeah, so yeah.
yeah. Because when I
Yeah,
haven't been in a decade, and it was 4,000 baht for $100.
yeah, I love Southeast Asia, and I like to go to China because I like to shop. So I got a couple of vices. I'm a foodie, and I like to, I like clothes,
Uh-huh. What
clothes and shoes.
I'm asking some DB questions right now.
Okay.
What what some great restaurants in LA, like not in Riverside, but in LA that you frequent?
Well, I guess it all depends on, what are you looking for? I mean, if you're talking high end, I'll say Ocean Prime. Ooh, you hip to Ocean Prime in Beverly Hills?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I like Ocean Prime.
Uh-huh.
Uh, I like I can't pronounce it, but it's in Long Beach because I like steaks, and so any place that has a nice steak,
Got you.
um, I'm good. There's a really nice place in, well, this is in Palm Springs. They have a 1 pound lobster. It's just ridiculous. Um, yeah, but then I like simple stuff. California Pizza Kitchen. I'm good there too.
Yeah, yeah, they got good salads there.
Yeah, I like California Pizza Kitchen.
Uh, yeah, 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 yeah. We call it CPK, but you call it
Mhm.
kitchen.
Mhm. Yeah, CPK. Mhm. Or PF Chang. I like them too.
Uh-huh. Mm,
Yeah.
mm. Yeah, PF Chang's got great dessert. They have this like banana Foster type of dessert. I'm a dessert guy when I go. If I'm not eating a steak, it's more I'm going for because they have great dessert. So
Okay.
yeah. So want to getting back to like the police conversation. I know
Okay.
abrupt U-turn. Um, how can we alleviate the stigma of police officers in the community? Like, because I remember you said something to me, and I've never had that thought. Our first conversations on here when I interviewed you was that there needs to be more of us in the police station, in the police officers for us. You understand what I'm saying? Like breaking the systemic oppression in the police department. I'm telling you my understanding of what you said, and I'm not quoting you. Is if we have more of us in there, we break the systemic tide in there, and I never thought of it from that perspective.
Well, that would be the hope, and that was the conversation that I had with Jaquay is his name, the brother from Greensboro, because he said at first he said to me, he goes, you know what? I said, what's your end game? Do you want your job back? And he goes, no, I don't want to go back. He goes, I need to be me, and I need to be able to speak the way that I speak. And he said, there are some brothers on that department who, when they are together, they talk freely and they talk the same, but they know that there are repercussions if you speak that way out loud. And what I said to him was, imagine how powerful it would be if you got a good ass attorney
Mm.
and then got your job back with back pay. Right? Get your job back. And I said, because then you become golden. They really can't mess with you when you come back because all you got to do is play the retaliation card. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And what I believe is that if it was somebody like this brother who talks like I do and thinks like I do, if he had been with a Derek Chauvin or Aaron Dean who was outside of a Tatiana Jefferson's home, or Ray Tensing who shot and killed Sam DuBose, or any other name I rattle off, um, if you think like me and you think like Jaquay, then you would say, "Hey, hold up, what are you doing?" You would stop them. You wouldn't allow it to happen. But if we're not there, then we can't intervene. We can't make a difference. And if we're not there, and I know that they put obstacles in our way, I know they make it difficult to get through background investigations. I know it's difficult to promote. We've always had to be better, bigger, stronger, right?
Mhm.
To overcome whatever resistance or obstacle they put in our way. But if we just throw our hands up and say it's too much work, then they win in my mind.
Yeah, and and I actually love your mindset. You double down on it at the beginning of the show when you're talking about the police academy. You could do anything you want to me. I'm going to get through this police academy. And prior to you saying that, you also said that um, I needed a job because I was raising these boys, and it's nothing you was gonna do. Not I was not gonna not be a police officer. There was nothing you could do that was gonna stop me. You know,
It takes a certain mindset, and I understand that, and that's why, no matter the ethnicity, everyone who wants to be the police should not be. I get that. It takes a certain mindset. I don't think I'm Billy Badass. That's the term that I use for cops who are kind of uber aggressive. But I am an alpha.
mm-hmm,
I am. You have to be.
mm-hmm,
Because if you're not, then you will become prey. And so that's why I say I'm the kind of girl, if you tell me no, then I must.
mm-hmm,
And so I just was not there for any foolishness. And it worked to my advantage, actually, because what I found out in my own personal experiences, if I happen to work with a white officer who may have been a card carrying Klansman on that night when
mm-hmm,
we were together, he didn't do any of that bullshit because he didn't know if he could trust me. He didn't know if it was okay. And so I really didn't have times where I had to say, don't do this, or I had to intervene. They just knew based on me, based on the way that I carried myself, that she's probably the wrong one. And
mm-hmm,
I was.
mm-hmm. Gregory X says Cowboy cut 32-ounce Wagyu ribeye. 32 ounces? Damn, that's 4 people. Woo.
Yeah, that tomahawk I had, I think it was 36 at Yamashiro. It was 36 ounces. Yeah, that was a lot of meat right there. But yeah.
What's your sides?
I had potato fingerlings
Mm-hmm.
and asparagus.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with asparagus.
Yeah.
When I eat steak, it got to be with some sort of potatoes. Like it just mash, whatever. You know what I mean? There's no way I can eat. But 30 ounces?
Yeah, it was stupid. It was bananas, but it was really, really good.
Did you finish it?
No, heck no.
Champ, did you?
No. No. I'm a punk when it comes to that. I can only eat. I just eat a little bit because I'm not trying to ruin my girlish figure, right? So I
Hey,
just eat a little bit and then I take it to the house and
okay, yeah.
yeah, it winds up being dinner for 3 days.
Yeah, passing up when you get home. You know what I mean? The third day it becomes a soup, right?
Right.
It's not tender enough, right? So you got
Right.
to put some boiling
Right.
water. Yeah, man. Yeah, I can
Yeah.
get down in the kitchen too a little bit. You know what I mean? Hey, but we got Triple OG. How come Triple OG ain't called in? He doing all Triple OG. You be pump faking Triple OG. I'm calling you out right now, Triple OG. I'm calling you out because how we met on this show, how we met was Triple OG was just smooth, man, calm, cool player. You know, he was 64 at the time. You know what I mean? He was 64 at the time, and he was a calm, cool player. You know what I mean? Smoother than satin. You know what I mean? Stronger than leather. You know what I mean? And now he's slowing down. He turned 65 and slowed down on us, man. Why you ain't calling in, Triple OG? What's the problem? What's the problem?
Hey, let me talk to Gregory because Gregory X said, luckily she's retired and seems to have a different mindset. So let me say this, Gregory. I'm the same person I've always been.
Uh-huh.
I don't talk like this because I'm retired. I've always been outspoken. I've always been very different. I'm not conservative, and that was a little unsettling to them. When I came on the department, I actually during my time on LAPD, I actually wound up suing the LAPD twice because of what I was going through, and so it's not that I felt some kind of freedom and liberty once I retired. It's just that I happened to be retired. Um, the department made me, who I am, and so I say that I'm Frankenstein's monster. I am the way that I am because of LAPD. I talk a lot of shit. I back it up, and that's always who I've been. I'm just stubborn. I'm honorary in a lot of ways, and like I said, if you tell me no, then I must. And so I had a lot of partners who who some were mean to me, not necessarily because of I didn't have issues with what was going on in the field. My problems were internal because I work with white boys who didn't want to talk to me, and that was fine. All night in the car, they wouldn't talk to me, or they would talk about me behind my back, supervisors as well. That was fine. I just had to weather that storm. And then as I weathered those little storms, I started to have more time on the department. And then as I got more time, then I talked more shit.
Hmm.
And then I started getting attorneys because I realized that there's a way to get you up off me.
Hmm.
And so that's why I encourage people, if anybody's listened to my podcast or you come to my YouTube channel, every time I talk about something, I always say, get a good ass attorney, because there's one thing that these departments understand, and that's writing a check. And they will. And so I think if they're going to mistreat you, not that you're looking for money, but if they mistreat you, I think you certainly should be afforded, you should be compensated for whatever that grief is.
Hmm.
So I am who I've always been. Gregory.
Gregory X. He's a military man. Gregory X is a
Okay.
military man. And Dre's finest, Fred. I had to come. Oh, damn. You might as well read that.
What did he say, Fred? Fred, I had to come in to see my beautiful queen. Ah, you guys are the greatest. You guys make me feel amazing. I need to come here more than once a week, but yeah, you guys are nice. You guys are sweet. I appreciate the kind words. I appreciate the sentiment. I appreciate the support, because for all of the niceties that I get here, I have people that come for me on social media. I don't know if you have that, Fred, but I do. I have people that
You
come
don't
for
know. Shit, I'm nigga number one. I'm
me.
like,
Yeah.
give me number one.
Okay. So yeah.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It's amazing. You know what? I want to go back to the whole George Floyd thing that we were talking about,
Oh
because
yeah,
that's what got Way in trouble. And I heard something today, and this is really unsettling to me, because now I don't know which one of the officers is, but this is what they typically do to us: is they try to dirty us up in the media. And now they're saying one of the officers, George Floyd, did not die because of a choke, a hole, or because the officer sat on his neck. Now they're saying George Floyd died because he was on drugs. And I don't know that there's any evidence of that. I haven't personally seen or read any autopsy report to say that there was any drug in his system. But let's say that it was. I promise you, if they had got up off his neck, he would still be here. And so I think this is just another attempt to dirty up him in the eye of prospective jurors, because there are folks out there who are listening to this. And these officers know that.
Yeah.
And this is why it's so important for us to, not dodge these jury summons when you get them.
Mm-hmm. You are the sole reason why I'm going to do jury duty. You're the sole reason. I've been dodging them for 15 years. You know what I mean? I don't believe they say they'll put you in jail for jury duty. They may well do it, but I don't believe it. And but I'm actually excited about doing jury duty. If I can, if my schedule permits it. But I will be doing jury duty. And to 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 speak on your point, these technicalities are so crucial too. If a coroner comes in, or a doctor or a professional comes in and says, well, it definitely attributed to it. Now the toxicologist, is that what it's called? Comes into play, and how long is would he have died? Man, it's just so much. So these technicalities are real crucial to this trial and court of and I didn't understand this. I really understood this when I watched the documentary on OJ Simpson. That 5 series, 6 series, or whatever it was on ESPN, how the court of public opinion plays into the juror's mindset no matter the evidence. The black woman, you remember the black woman? Oh, I was shit. OJ was innocent. He wasn't, or she didn't say innocent, but I
Right.
was gonna find him guilty. You know
Right.
what I
No
mean?
matter what.
No matter
No matter
exactly.
what.
Quote,
Right. No matter what.
no matter what. And the same holds true for the non-black jurors. You know, oh, he's guilty.
Right.
So the court of public opinion is real crucial as it pertains to just dropping these anecdotes and
Right.
paying the media to pick up these stories and stuff like that. And now they're gonna say, oh, he was arrested 44 times. Oh,
And you know, and it has nothing to do with nothing, because and whether he was cooperative or uncooperative, none of that matters either, because what I argue is once the handcuffs went on, it was over.
facts.
It was over. Everything that he said, didn't do, once the handcuffs go on, it's over.
Mm.
And so it wasn't about gaining compliance or control, it was punishment. It was this Negro, and I'm being nice,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm. Mm.
But when you have a prospective juror who's heard the officer say, well, you know, he wouldn't get in the car, or it looks like he's not getting in the car, you know, and there was a reason why he didn't want to get in. He said, number one, he was afraid, and number two, he said he was claustrophobic.
Mm-hmm.
But when you have someone who thinks that, well, what the officer said makes sense, because I always say great deference is given to what we say,
Mm.
then all you need to do is just create that little bit of reasonable doubt. Oh, and by the way, you know, he is a big, hairy, scary black man, and he was on drugs.
Mm.
So there's your reasonable doubt. We have to be on these juries if we're gonna have an opportunity to start changing the tide a little bit.
Mm. Inglewood sends them to me on the regular, but I just ignore them. I think I've ignored about, in the past 4 years, about 10 to 15. You know what I mean? I just don't.
Because it's an inconvenience. It really is. It always comes at a time when you got other stuff going on. But just imagine if you were impaneled to be on something like a George Floyd case.
Mm-hmm. And you never know what case you're
You
gonna
don't know.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
don't know.
I'm definitely gonna do it. And I'm actually excited about doing my first jury duty. So I've never done it, and we shall see.
Let me say this, because there's something else going on that's kind of rubbing me raw this week. There was a LA City firefighter, and you know, folks send me stuff, and there's a LA City firefighter. He works at a fire station 56, which is on Rowena Avenue. I know this because I have been talking on Twitter to the fire chief, Ralph Terrazas, and to the deputy chief over there in West Bureau, Fire Station 56. His name is Armando Hogan. This now listen, I'm not a Kamala, fan. Her and Biden are all we got. Don't get me started. But this particular paramedic is really bothered by the fact that she calls herself a black woman, and so he went on a tear on one of these private groups that these police and firefighters, paramedics are in, and someone had shared some snap screen captures of what he was saying about her, and I was just really bothered by it because I thought about Elijah McCain, and I don't know if you remember the story of Elijah. That's the young man in Aurora, Colorado, who was stopped by police. They wound up choking him, and then they called the paramedics. The thing that bothered me most about that is that those paramedics shot that baby with a horse tranquilizer, and that's what killed him. Did you know that?
No.
He was shot up with a drug called ketamine. You can look it up. Ketamine is a horse tranquilizer. And when Elijah McCain died, the police said, we didn't, wasn't us. And it was a paramedic. So they injected him with this thing. The paramedic says, well, in this area, quote, this area, we're allowed to do that. So I'm wondering, what does this area mean? And then that made me think about this paramedic who's talking all this mess about Kamala. And I'm like, okay, so if I was incapacitated, if I needed medical assistance, I don't know that I could trust you, sir. I don't know that I can trust you. Will you come out and shoot me up with some damn ketamine or ketamine, however you pronounce it, because you got a problem with black women? Black folks, but Black women in particular. And so I just think as a public servant, he has just demonstrated that he doesn't have the skill set or the temperament to be a paramedic. And so I have been doing what I do, which is going public with the fire department saying, I tweeted to Garcetti and I did a screen capture and I said, sir, is this one of yours? Because I'm bothered by what this paramedic is saying. Can we trust him in our community?
And
so I just think, folks should know.
And we should know.
Because, it's never an issue until it's an issue. And they don't ever take action until we make stuff go viral, right? Until we start talking publicly about what it is that they're doing and how we feel about it.
We getting double talk. Probably got to pause. Probably got to pause yours for a second and then bring it back, or I'll pause you. Say something now.
I was just saying that it's not until things go public that they take any action.
Let me try something. All right, cool. Let's see if that works.
And so I just wanted people to know that there is seemingly a card-carrying racist over in Fire Station 56. His name is Randy Qual, Qual, I think is his name.
And where is that again? 56.
Fire Station 56 over on Rowena Avenue. The paramedic's name, Randy Gall, Gaul. Randy Gall. He's a paramedic over at Fire Station 56, and the deputy chief is Armando Hogan, and the fire chief, LA City.
What's the cross streets?
Rowena, somewhere on the west side.
Okay. And
might even be Hollywood area.
Yeah, you know what I was thinking? You brought up Madam Harris, Kamala Harris.
Kamala.
Yeah, Kamala. Yeah, exactly. And that week, can we do Tuesday night instead of Wednesday night? The election.
What week?
The election. The week of
you
November.
mean in November?
Yeah, because we're gonna have a good conversation then. Yeah,
we can do whatever night you want.
When we come on, they're gonna announce the president. Right when we come on at 8:00 or 9.
It's not gonna be resolved. First of all, listen, you understand that this jackass is not leaving. You do know that.
But
right?
It's gonna be a hot show that night. It's gonna be a hot show. Reggie Owens.
They're not gonna announce that night. They're not gonna announce.
You don't think
they're
so?
not gonna announce? Because he already he messing with the ballots, with the mail-in ballots and all of that, and it's gonna be a couple of days after.
Okay, so we can just come back Wednesday. Maybe it'll be done by Wednesday night.
Maybe the following week.
Damn, you think you think we're gonna have a recall and a revote?
No, I just think he's going to say, because he's already telling us what he's going to do. He's already saying that I can't trust. He says the only way I can lose is if they rig it. And he said he's not going to trust the election. And he said, I don't know if I'm going to go quietly, which I know he's not. He's going to show his entire ass. And so it's going to be several days because there's mail-in ballots that probably won't be counted for in certain areas and districts because of all what's going on with them hiding ballots, making it difficult for people to vote by mail. So I think it's going to be what's DB talking about? Can we do it any night I want to? What are you talking about, DB?
I don't know. He's probably talking to some dude in the chat.
No, he said, Sergeant Dorsey, can we do it any night I want to?
Sergeant Dorsey, excuse me.
Yeah, I don't know what I got to know what you're asking me before I just agree to it, dude. Yeah. But yeah, whenever you want to. If you want to do it the Tuesday before, we can do it. I'm easy.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah.
Champion of Heart said we're gonna get 4 more years of Trump. I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I don't think so. I think
it's gonna be close.
I think he's gonna be voted out. But what I do believe is he's not going to go. There won't be a transition of power, peaceful transition of power. I think he's going to fuck shit all the way up in that White House before he leaves. I think he's going to do tremendous damage between November and January.
Ooh.
He's already invited Putin to come, and so I think he wants Putin to come so he can show him all the secret rooms and the secret exits that don't nobody know about. The place they take the president to when they think somebody's looking for him in the White House.
Damn.
That's what I think.
Oof. I just reset the phone line, so if you guys were wanting to call in, you guys are more than welcome to. Yeah, imagine if he just says, "Hey, Putin, here's the codes and all that." We got to literally
Listen.
reset America. Huh.
Whoever that guy is that shadows him with the briefcase with the football in it, whatever they call it, somebody need to get his ass the night before the election. They need to get his ass and gaffle him up and take him to a special place, because if Trump loses, if they announce that night that he loses, yeah, he might just get the fucking thing and just hit the button himself. It's gonna be a problem.
Obama gave a speech tonight.
Yeah, he did.
How was it? And what did he talk about?
It was good. It was good.
Typical
It was
Obama.
good. I mean, if you like Obama.
I like Obama. I like him as an orator for sure. He's one of the best I've seen. Oh man, one of the best.
Yeah, he gave a good speech. He said, that our democracy depends on us voting.
Yeah,
which I agree.
The more Biden talks, the less likely people are to vote for him. So I think he just needs to take advantage of this quarantine and have pre-recorded. You know what I mean? Like he needs to have he needs to do as less live as possible. But I'm not his campaign.
Why do you say that?
Because he forgets shit. He says things that are just off the wall. Like
he's Uncle Joe.
Yeah, he's old, and that's another reason too. We got to put a cap on people being politicians too. You know what I mean? Like 77 and 78 for real. 77 and 78-year-old people don't even drive in the hood. You know what I mean?
Well, it's like every other political office. They all start feeding at the trough and they never want to leave. I mean, look at what's going on here in LA. I just was talking to somebody the other day about Mark Ridley Thomas, and I guess he's termed out in one position. And so he was a city councilman, then he went to the supervisor, and now he's trying to go back to the city council. I'm like, dude, what's wrong with Mrs. Ridley? How come you don't want to spend no time with her, sir?
Yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah, he's he wants to be in politics again.
All of them. They're just they're all drunk with power, is what I think.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's damn. Yeah, Mark really timing. How's the phone lines? What's up? Oh, Reggie, you still trying to?
Where these niggas be at when they say they doing all this and all that?
Hey, Asia Math in the building. Hey, what's up? Asia. Something's wrong. I'm gonna have to go to. You know what? Call in one more time. If not, I'm gonna go to another program.
We're having technical difficulties tonight. I noticed we're having a lot of feedback.
Yeah. Let me go this route.
Patty says there should be age limits between 35 and 65. That sounds about right.
Well, you got to be 35 to be president.
Yeah, I just think, everybody should do 2 terms and be done. I just think maybe that's it. 2 terms and done.
Yeah, you're right. I like that.
All of this feeding at the trough for 20, 30, 60 years. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I just opened up a new program, so we should be fine. Hey, go ahead. That's all you. It sounds better coming from you.
Who are you talking to?
Oh, the super chat. Dre's finest.
Oh, he said, he wants everybody to stop pushing up on me.
Yeah, stop pushing up on.
I looked up at I'm into, what is it, polyandry? You know what polyandry is?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I like that.
Really? Talk about that.
Yeah. So I can have about 4 or 5 husbands. We'll flip the script.
Why not? Why not?
Yeah.
Not.
Dre and Triple OG and Eric from St. Louis.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me?
Yeah. I hear you
Okay,
now.
good, perfect. Go ahead.
Yeah. I would just want to kind of piggyback on what Officer Dorsey is saying about this guy not getting out of office. They can put me on the first team to go down and extract that fool, because I want a pistol with the clown.
Well, you got to get over them 3 fences he built, because you know he got all them damn fences up for a reason, right?
Oh, we'll bring some bulldozers down there. I would love to be on the team to extract that clown up out of there. Do him like Saddam.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he's such a coward. You know, he will go down that hole because he's such a coward.
Oh, for sure. He's definitely a coward. He got coward all written all over him, dog.
Yeah, most definitely. And there's this other thing, like when people make but Biden is, but Biden, there is no comparison between the damn two. One dude is a sitting president. I mean, those types of comparisons people want to make, because that's what leaves the gate open, is people being hidden Trump supporters to me when they make statements like that. There's no way of comparing them. And just looking at what this guy has done, this shit with the post office is ridiculous. Like you replace people who have, a long-term careers in the post office to putting in one of your buddies who has zero history in the post office. He's a competitor. He has investments with competitors to the post office, probably meaning FedEx and UPS.
Wow.
And he's removing these drop boxes. He's removing the processing machines. I worked in the post office, and those machines process hundreds of thousands of pieces of mail. One machine probably by itself, depending on how large of a city you're processing mail for. So you're removing this. What are you making inside workers do? Sort mail by hand, which is probably one of the hardest processes. When I worked in there, the process that we worked on, I think I did like Santa Monica and for some other city, which ain't as big as some of the other cities, but that was like 10-hour shifts. Jeez. So imagine what it takes a human to sort through mail like that. That shit is ridiculous. Like, and this is all strategy by these dudes. What was the reasoning for removing these machines? You can't say he come up with the excuse that the volume was low because of the shutdowns. That don't mean you take a machine offline. These machines are paid for, so you can't bring up about the cost effectiveness of a machine. You don't remove and dismantle a machine. Like this is all strategic. It's all deliberate by this dude not wanting to get up out this office. But it's looking very bad for him. And he speaks with less confidence. When he speaks is, if I win the election or this and blah, blah, blah. It makes no sense. And then he blocks this whole stimulus package was blocked because they wanted to put a piece of that package where it funded the post office to be able to do this universal mail-in stuff. But he speaks about dead people getting mail, which is a ballots, which he puts at some high percent, which is a goddamn lie. Speaks about the process being corrupted. But what he's doing is the biggest corruption you ever seen as it relates to the election process. But what he's doing, it speaks volumes to debunking the foolery that I hear from people who state that their votes don't count. If your vote didn't count, a motherfucker wouldn't have to do shit like this. You wouldn't have to go to those damn lengths.
And they talked about in Michigan, which is, and I understand there's only like really 6 states that are gonna be responsible for the election, right? And they talked about in Michigan, for instance, in 2016, where there were 2 people. If 2 people per precinct had gone in to vote, that's how many votes he won by in Michigan. Which, if you win Michigan, then you get the electoral votes for that state, and that's how he wound up winning by electoral, not by the popular. And so when you have those particular states like Michigan, and I think Wisconsin was one, and I think Pennsylvania or Virginia was another one, where people just were kind of disenfranchised. And that's what this is all meant to do. Like you said, if the vote didn't matter, why would they be going through all of these machinations to steal your vote, to disenfranchise you, to prevent you from voting? It matters. And Trump understands that he's not going to win, I believe. And that's why he's saying all of what he's saying. He's telegraphing. And I appreciate him for being so transparent about the bullshit that he's planning, because now they have an opportunity to try to do something to thwart it. Before, everybody thought, oh no, this could never happen. He wouldn't do that. He wouldn't do this. Like Obama said tonight, I thought he would grow into the position, but he's incapable.
He said that. He said that.
Yeah.
That's some real shit. That's
Yeah.
He thought he would grow into. Get the hell out of here. Come on.
Well, he said he was being optimistic. He wanted to give him, the benefit of the doubt. He thought that he would.
He's a tyrant.
Once he got into the position, he would understand the enormity of it and all that comes with it. But when you understand for real, he is mentally ill. His niece has told us what we have seen and know to be true in a way that you cannot deny it. He's mentally ill. He's crazy. He's batshit crazy. And so he can only do what he does because that's who he is. He doesn't see anything wrong with it. He doesn't have empathy. He has no soul, is what I say. He has no soul. So he can't care. It's almost like asking a child with Tourette's syndrome to not cuss, or a child with ADD to be still. They can't.
Yeah, absolutely. But
Jay Cooley said, I know my vote don't count because I don't vote. Okay.
Man, Jay Cooley can be on that food shit all he wants. But the biggest thing is when it comes down to shit is how big votes count. Is when you fuck up, the first thing they take away from you is your right to vote. The biggest issue about the freedom of slaves was the fact of the whole ideal that came out of this slavery thing was not only about your freedom, but about the goddamn election power that black folks were giving, their rights to vote. And they pull that shit away, coming up with idiotic shit about whatever test you have to take. But it was only done for certain people because then whites were grandfathered in, being the fact that they vote. So this shit is, it means something. This is a democracy, but the only thing in a democracy has been stolen, and it can be stolen from people when a whole sector of society is so lost, misinformed, undereducated. The whole mission of people who want to remain in control is to dumb down society. Why education is so fucked up. Keep people stupid into thinking that your votes don't count, saying stupid shit like that. And I'm cool with Jay Cooley, but I hate when I hear our people say stupid shit. And even when it comes to the whole like jury shit, not sitting on juries and shit, we get fucked over because we allow the system to F us over. Don't want to participate in jury processes. Don't want to apply for police departments, but always talking about fuck the police. Just everything. We can't get treatments in hospital, just like the mortality shit comes out. And that's some fucked up shit that comes out about the death rates for Black and Latino babies under the care of non-Black doctors is like, I think 3-1 or something like that. It was a very high rate. But it also puts into why we have to start filling in these positions. We ain't foreigners. We ain't from no other land, regardless of what some fifth shit that white folks talk about. They know what you are. And when they see you, they see greatness in you, and it puts fear in them. But it's time for us to wake up, understand, educate, create more doctors, create more lawyers, take over. This ain't fucking a white nation. It's just politically ran by them. But that's all I got, man. I'm going to hop up off of there. And let me see. I've got to respond to Jay Cooley. He says, you lost soul, brother. He says, love you because you're an Israelite, but nigga, this man, get the fuck out of here with that stupid shit. None of that shit. I'm a black motherfucker from America. All that other old history shit is lost history. You know, you can go back and look
That was funny.
up a bunch of made up bullshit. You can read that Bible shit all you want.
That was funny.
I'm a black American pushing to change shit in this motherfucker. But that's all I got. Love when you on here, Officer Dorsey. Love it, love it.
Thank you. I appreciate you. And you know what frustrates me is when I hear stuff like, what Jay Cooley and others are saying, I'm not going to vote and all of that. This is the 11th hour. And so, Fred, you and I have talked about that too. If you don't vote for who we have, it's not perfect. It's all we have. What is your alternative? Because if you don't vote, that is a vote for Trump. So what is the alternative?
It's not a vote for Trump.
Absolutely it is. Absolutely it is. What's the alternative?
No. That's two different arguments. Now you're not about to trick me. You're not about to trick
No,
me
I'm
up.
just saying. What would you have us do in place of that? Because if you don't vote, Fred, there are other folks who are voting, and they're voting for him, and so your vote is not going to count.
No, my
But-
vote is not going to count towards who you want to win.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Right. And so then we wind up with 4 more years of Trump. Is that what you want? Because I don't understand what you want. If you don't want all that we have, because nobody bothered to do anything in preparation for this election that snuck up on them.
Yeah.
You want 4 more years of Trump?
I want 4 more years of two things. America burns to hell, or we get reparations.
What does that mean?
I mean, because if we go back to what it was as usual, guess what? We're still living paycheck to paycheck.
So do you want 4 more years of Trump?
No.
But that's what we're gonna get.
No. Because when you say that, it slants the argument. It definitely slants. I am in no position to pick the person without getting nothing in return. You understand? I don't want nothing. I got to get something in return. You understand what I'm saying? So my vote is worth something.
I don't.
I believe my vote is worth something.
So you're not going to vote because you don't think that this ticket
I'm voting. I'm voting
with Biden. You're not voting for Biden and Harris.
I'm not voting
because we only have two options. We have Biden and Harris, or we have Trump.
Frederick Hawthorne is an option too.
Okay. So you want 4 more years? You want 4 more years of Trump? That's what we're gonna. That's what we're gonna get.
No.
Because you know you're not gonna be elected, right? You understand you're not gonna be elected.
I don't know that. Okay.
You don't know that? Are you on the? Are you?
It's a 99%. It's a 99.9% chance that I'm not.
Okay.
But I will say this: it's a revolt. Like it's a revolt vote. You understand? Like if they realize that 8% of black people, or I should say 50% of the black people voted Green Party, then they're gonna be like, damn.
There is no Green Party.
I'm just saying, or libertarian.
But let's not just say let's talk about what we have to deal with.
Okay.
Let's talk in reality.
I am talking in reality. I'm talking in reality.
There's gonna be 1 or 2 people that are gonna be elected. It'll either be Biden or it'll be Trump. Are you okay if it's Trump?
No, you guys are. Yeah, I'm enjoying this conversation. Oh shit, man. Nah, we gonna have this. Now you and I gonna have this conversation because this is fun. Okay, I'm cutting the phone lines off right now. First let's read Gregory X. Gregory X. Both candidates display the hallmark symptoms of Alzheimer's dementia. Facts. That's true. Now, I'm taking the phone lines off just for a second so you and I can have this 5-minute conversation.
Okay.
I don't believe in no way, no how. My phone is blowing up. People mad at me. Yeah, if you don't vote for Biden, if you vote for yourself, you're not voting for Biden. I have a right to hold my vote for ransom. Isn't that what you do at the job? Isn't that what you do? You do that in every aspect of your life. They get our votes for free.
But listen, here's the deal, Fred. We knew that this election was coming. And so if folks didn't want to have their vote taken for free, then why didn't folks do something in 2017, let's say, in anticipation for 2020, so that you could get the stuff that you want? But come November 3rd, there's either going to be a President Trump or a President Biden. It's going to be one or the other. So what I'm asking you, sir, is, are you okay with 4 more years of Trump? It's just a yes or no.
It's a loaded question. It's definitely a loaded question, and that's not why I'm not voting for Trump. And that's
I
not.
didn't ask you why. I didn't ask you why. I
Am I
just asked
comfortable?
you, are
You know
you
what?
okay?
You know what? I was comfortable with the first 44 presidents. Comfortable. We had 40. We had 44.
Fred, you're not answering my question,
Yes,
sir.
I did answer your question. Yes, I am.
Are
Okay.
you
Is this a gun,
okay?
sir? Is this a gun, sir? Am I comfortable? No, that is such a subjective term. Am I comfortable?
I said, are you okay? Are you
Am I
okay with another 4 years?
of Trump? No, I'm not okay with it. I'm not okay with it. I am okay with us going to the table with the deal. The same way we
don't
got
have time.
okay. The same way we had 100 people, 100 powerful black people, over 100 powerful black people sign an addendum to get Kamala Harris in support of Kamala Harris for Joe Biden for vice president, is the same way we can say this is what we should desire. We want this. If you can't deliver this, then I don't want you.
Is Trump going to deliver it?
Is Trump hasn't delivered me shit. You know what I mean? Okay. The one thing that I will say is Trump has in terms of taxes, you know, but whether it's a Democrat or a Republican, I still know how to work the tax codes. So it's redundant. You know what I mean? It's redundant. If you follow my Patreon, I'll tell you how to do it. I don't care who's the president. I'm not paying over 20% in taxes. Period. Like it's not happening. You understand what I'm saying? So the point I'm making is that has nothing to do with it. The point I'm making is I want a society where we can be compensated for all the free labor and the social inequalities and the social iniquities that America has placed upon us for over 400 years. And
I want that too. But we don't have anything in place to get that in the next 70 days. So what do we do? So what do we do in the meantime?
Omega Red, what does it matter? They're all the same. Not voting for garbage. I'm voting though. Like I'm telling you, I'm voting. Oh, it's no way in hell. I'm voting because I enjoy it. I enjoy reading the ballot, having fun, debating with anybody who wants to debate with me for 48 hours. You know what I mean? And it's a hot topic. You know what I mean? And
what do we do in the 70 days that we have left? A little over 70 days that we have left.
A lot of time.
We don't have time to get that thing that you want. So what's the alternative?
Hold it till you get it.
Can we work on that for the next time around since we're out of time here?
I say this. And here's the beautiful thing about it. Which ain't gonna happen. But let's say I only want to deal in hypotheticals, but let's say a higher percentage of black people vote for Trump than normal, a Republican candidate, right? That has a sense of urgency on both parties, right? The Republicans are like, oh shit, we done indented the black people. And then the Democrats are like, oh shit, we done lost black people, right? And so with that being said, whoever wins or loses will find value in the black vote. So I want to put us in position. I don't have the answer to it because this is the first time and I've ever voted where I believe that we can literally upset the apple cart. I believe that we can. And I believe this election is a great way to do it. You know, if we vote for Biden, right? Not if Biden wins, what happens to America? Okay, now that we've had that thought, if Trump wins, what happens to America? You know,
are you asking me?
No, I'm just asking for that visual, like because you and I already discussed that because you were talking about the judges and stuff like that.
Yeah, well, what I envision if Trump wins is I envision police continuing to kill us with impunity. I envision the attorney general not investigating those crimes.
Uh-huh.
I envision more inept, unqualified judges being placed in lifetime positions. I envision a Supreme Court that is going to be stacked conservative that will affect not only my children but my grandchildren because those two are lifetime appointments. And so while my life has been unchanged, let me say this, my life personally has been unchanged over these last 4 years.
Mhm.
I happen to be a retired police officer and they pretend to like police. So I'm not worried about my pension. I'm not worried about housing. I'm not worried about my body because I'm having no more kids. So I am not affected by this jackass. But I am concerned for people like you, Fred, because you're a young man and you have many years ahead of you. And these policies are going to affect you greatly. And so for that reason, I think we should be willing to hold our nose and see what Biden will do because we know what this guy has done and will do if given another 4 years. He is right now welcoming folks who are, what are they, QAnon to Congress. Now, I don't know if this lady is going to be elected, but she's a QAnon member. And if you know anything about QAnon and what they believe, I mean, it's akin to David Duke. And he's not even making any pretense about not wanting to have these kinds of people in positions of power. And if you know that, how would you allow that? That's what I don't understand.
If we how has okay, let me point the arrow at you. Let me point this red dot at you real quick. How has blacks as a whole been infringed with Donald Trump as president?
How have blacks as a whole
like
been?
how has Donald Trump affected Slauson and Crenshaw?
Well, I think what he's done to blacks is that he's put policies into place that, like I said, for just from a police standpoint, just from the whole Black Lives Matter thing, and officers who are doing great harm in our communities, I think he's emboldened them. And there is no check and balance. There is no accountability. And there will continue to be a lack of accountability. Police officers have shown us, and that's just a very small thing, but I'm just saying that because I feel really strongly about it. Police officers have shown us that they don't have a problem killing us, and there's nobody to stop them. There's nobody to rein them in. And if only for that, getting him out of office is reason enough, because he has an attorney general and a Supreme Court in the making, because Ruth Bader Ginsburg is not going to be here much longer. She is trying her damnedest to hold on until there's a Democrat in office that will give an appointment for someone who's like-minded, and as opposed to stacking the Supreme Court instead of 5-4, 6-4, or fucking 6-6 over another 4 years. And when you understand the kind of power and the long-term consequences that those policies and appointments make, to me, that alone is reason enough to change this administration. As fucked up as Biden is, whatever Kamala was, and I ain't no fan of hers. I know what she did as an AG here in California, but I do not believe that they would have allowed what is going on right now to continue. I don't think that they will ignore the science behind this whole COVID-19. I don't believe that they would allow children to be placed in cages. I don't believe that they would allow police to continue to kill with impunity. I think we should give them an opportunity and hold their feet to the fire.
Well, I'll say this. Lawrence, she just answered your question. She's not too fond of Sergeant Doyle. How do you feel about seeing a black woman VP? You just answered that. Gregory X is back in here. The vision has always been status quo since the inception of this nation, and that's what Black people are have to come to grips with. The life
Can
you
we
live.
come to grips with it on November 4th? Can we start? Can we work real hard for 2024?
Okay, and now that's too far away. 4 years is too long of a time.
No,
Now,
that's plenty of time to start working for those things that you want.
okay, now I'm going to go back to just to substantiate my point and let many people know that it's politics as usual. Now, you said if Trump does this, they're still killing us, they're still doing it. Well, we had a Black president. We had a Black attorney. Eric Holder was the attorney general, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
Who's the attorney general?
Eric Holder and Susan
Ron
Rice,
Emanuel,
all of that, all of
Ron
that, all of that,
Emanuel,
all of
and
that, all of that,
Joe
all
Biden
of that.
is the vice president now. Okay, now
all of that. But that was then.
Okay, no, but let me get to my point. Trayvon Martin, the most public case that we had, right? The most public case that we had a Black attorney general, we had a Black president.
Trayvon Martin was killed by a civilian, but go ahead.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Yeah, he was killed by a civilian.
That was acting as a.
He was killed by a civilian.
Yeah, it was killed by a civilian. Yeah,
yeah,
unjustly. That case never made it to the Supreme Court. We had a Black attorney general. He didn't send the DOJ down there. Now let's go back. Now you say, oh, but blah blah blah. Mike Brown, the DOJ and Mike
Brown was killed by a police officer. So you're comparing apples to oranges.
No, I'm not comparing, and I'm glad I'm not comparing apples and oranges. I'm highlighting apples and oranges. I'm highlighting the apple tree, and I'm highlighting the orange.
The DOJ would not investigate Trayvon Martin's murder because Trayvon Martin was killed by a civilian. So it's not a DOJ. It's not a civil rights violation.
But can it go if you don't get the verdict you want? Can't the Supreme?
No. It's not a civil rights. It's not a civil rights violation. No.
How is it not a civil rights violation?
Because he's a citizen. He was a civilian. It would be no different if somebody. If I killed, I'm a civilian. If I killed you, or if somebody broke into your house tonight and did something to your family, it's a civilian. So there's no pattern of practice. There's no civil rights violation. It doesn't fit the threshold.
Okay.
So it doesn't fit the criteria. Almost like what the other attorney was talking about in Connecticut, how crazy their rules are, and certain things apply for certain types of crimes committed by police versus committed by civilians.
Okay. Now let me say this. We had a Black president. I don't know his power. I'm not even claiming to be his power, but we have a Black president, a Black attorney general, George Zimmerman Walks. Okay.
He's a civilian.
I know, but let me make the case.
There's nothing for them to do. Go ahead.
Let me make the case. Now we go to St. Louis. Mike Brown, Darren Wilson, right? He gets shot and murdered by a police officer, right? The DOJ goes into that city. It's so many in my head. So I'm thinking I'm putting the right examples attached to it. They go in and from the parking tickets to imprison Black people, they saw that this country, that city, that the DOJ found them guilty.
You know why? Let me tell you why. I'm
gonna give you as much time as you need. Let me finish my point. Now, we had a Black president and a Black attorney general. Darren Wilson, they filibust for 6 years, 8 years, 5 years, between 5 and 6 years. Darren Wilson is a free man. So what we care about, police brutality, reparations, the inequalities of how the Constitution is written, the 13th Amendment, imprisonment, the unbalanced scales of Black men being in prison, was the same for 44 presidents. I think we're missing the big picture. We want to be we want to be visually comfortable. We want to cut on the TV and be visually comfortable. Oh yeah, we don't have to worry about a man saying, I don't like black people. We don't want to hear that on TV. We just want to just accept politics as usual, status quo as usual. I don't say I enjoy being uncomfortable. I can function uncomfortably. And I think in order for us to penetrate where we need to go, same thing as a sperm, right? You get millions of them, but it's that one that has the perseverance, right? He impregnates the woman, right? The same thing has to happen in our culture. I think it's going to take a whole, we have to fire 5 million sperm cells. And it's going to be that one that's going to light a fire. But we're going to have to be uncomfortable. I don't know why we're so fearful of being uncomfortable. 4 years versus 44 racist presidents. And how can you say they're not racist when they don't rewrite the Constitution? How the hell can we have this Constitution in play and it doesn't support or enable the rights of black people?
Well, I tell you what, if Trump gets another 4 years, I promise you he's going to rewrite the Constitution, because he's going to rewrite it so he can stay in office for the rest of his life. Now, let me go back to your whole thing about Mike Brown.
Mm-hmm.
Mike Brown was killed by a police officer.
Mm-hmm.
And when the DOJ came in, what they looked at was that police department.
Mm-hmm.
And they looked at the pattern and the practice of that police department over time. And it's because of the pattern and the practice of that police department over years, bad practices, bad patterns, that they found themselves under a consent decree, which is what happens with a lot of departments. It's not until there's a mechanism that compels them to do something different that they finally do. The reason that that didn't happen with Trayvon Martin is because George Zimmerman is a civilian. He was one man doing some stupid shit all on his own. There was nothing for the DOJ to investigate. There was no pattern by George Zimmerman. He's not an entity. He's not an organization. He was just one man. And while some of this stuff happened under Obama, understand he had the constraints of a Republican Senate, because a president does have power, but if you don't have the backing of a Senate and the House of Representatives, your hands are tied. The only reason we're getting some of the stuff done now is because we have a democratically controlled House of Representatives. We still have Mitch McConnell, who is throwing much resistance in terms of some of the things that we want as a people looked at. And so it would really do us no good if we have a Democratic president in November and we still have a GOP-led Senate, because McConnell is going to be an obstructionist, much like he was with Obama. He said the night Obama was inaugurated, they had a meeting, and he said, I'm going to make sure he gets nothing. I'm going to hold up appointments. I'm not going to give him a Supreme Court appointment. And he was true to his word. He blocked him from doing many of the things that he wanted to do. And so that's why it's so important to pay attention to down ballot, to pay attention to Senate races, to pay attention to Supreme Court potential appointments. It's not just one thing that's going to fix this. It didn't get broken overnight, and it's not going to be fixed overnight. We have someone right now in the White House who is basically saying to all of us, Black folks, fuck you.
Sometimes sometimes the enemy breaks it. Sometimes the enemy breaks it. Like, let Donald Trump break it. Let him break it. Like, he
already broke it. And like I said, if you're okay with that, Fred, if you're okay with that, me too. Me too. Because like I said, my life is unaffected, dude. I promise you. My life is not going to change.
And the beautiful thing about my life is not affected.
I'm not talking about money. I'm talking about the ability to do what you want with your body, the ability to live where you want to live, the ability to work. You know, I got family members who can't get a job right now. I don't know about you. Your kids are little. They ain't looking for work.
Mm-hmm.
I got family members who can't get a job right now. Why? Because of this jackass in the White House.
Mm-hmm.
But if that makes sense to you, then it makes sense to me. If you don't know anybody who's out of work, if you don't know anybody who's died because of COVID, and you're okay with the shit that's going on right now, if that makes sense to you, then it makes sense to me. And I'm not trying to convince anybody of anything. I'm just telling you that in another 4 years, the world that we know will cease to exist. And it's going to be very difficult for people like you who have many years ahead of you. I'm on my way out of here.
I'll say this. So, I think we got a great, when I say a great body of work in both these people. Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, Mike Pence, Donald Trump. Right. What will typically happen? Now let's draw parallels to their contemporaries, to their past contemporaries, right? What will typically happen if Joe Biden gets elected? They're gonna filibuster.
Are you asking me?
Yes,
who's they? Who's they? They who you said they're gonna filibuster? Who's they?
Democrats, like a parallel to Joe Biden is Bill Clinton, right? A parallel to Joe Biden is President Obama, right? A parallel to Donald Trump. We've probably never seen nothing like him before, but I don't know who you can get. I don't know. I don't know for Donald Trump but a parallel for Joe Biden is Lyndon Baines Johnson. You know what I mean? Like it's.
Can we talk about future? Can we talk about what's going to happen going forward?
That's the whole point. That's what we're going to get. If a black man don't do it in 8 years, a white man won't do it in 4.
You know why the black man couldn't do it in 8 years? Because he had a Senate that was GOP controlled.
And he got that red button. He can do whatever he can.
He can't, Fred. He can't, because our system is not set up that way. If he could do that, he would have appointed Merrick Garland to the Supreme Court. If he could do that. And he couldn't, because McConnell wouldn't allow it. And before 2018, and we flipped the House of Representatives, when Paul Ryan was the Speaker of the House, nothing was getting done. There were no hearings. There was no discussion being had about all of the things that we're talking about now. There were no investigations being done because it was a GOP-led House. And in 2018, when they flipped the House, things got a little bit better. But it can only get all the way better once we flip the Senate. If we don't have a Senate that's democratically controlled, then we'll continue to have more of the same.
Okay, now I'll say this. The margin between there's an ideology difference between Republican and Democrat. Now let's say hypothetically it's like 6 to 8%, right? 6 to 8, maybe 10%, right? Let's just say the margin of difference is 10%, right? I'm just guesstimating between the ideologies of Republican and Democrats, right? America since 1777 has been in existence. There's always going to be that 10% of difference. Always going to be that 10% of difference, because we are fighting to align themselves to their party. This is their game that we're playing.
Okay, so start changing the game for the next election, because we only have 77 days. Reggie wants you to open the phone lines. Somebody got something they want to say. Reggie wants you to open the phone lines.
Who got something to say?
Reggie, I don't know. He said open up the phone lines. I
don't want to hear Reggie. I don't want to hear Reggie.
I don't know that it's Reggie. He just said open up the phone lines.
Right. I'll just say this, man. We are fighting the same way we see black people yelling at white people when they get racially profiled in restaurants. Why you won't let me sit here? Why you won't let me sit here? I got green money just like them. I'm a lawyer. I'm a doctor. I'm a school teacher. I'm a police officer. I deserve to eat at your restaurant. That's what we're doing when we're acting like Republicans and Democrats. Hey, I belong here. I'm
What's
an
your
American.
solution, Fred? We got 70 days. What's your solution, Fred? We got 70 days.
A revolt vote. I don't see. Listen, if we were organized, let me get what.
Yeah, we're not. So
If
we can't talk about
Obama had
we're
2
not.
years. Obama had 2 years with the Democratic House and Senate. There was never a desire.
Well, we don't know what his desire was. I can't speak for that man, and neither can you. He did what he could in 2 years, and then folks didn't go out and vote in the midterms like we don't. And so when they didn't vote in the midterms, then they lost control of the House.
He still didn't pardon the Black Panther. So I'll say that. Now I'll say this: if we are fighting in their bubble.
What do we do, Fred? What do we do? We got 70 days.
A revolt vote, a protest vote. I don't know what the protest vote is. The protest, and the reason why the protest vote is important. The reason why the protest vote is important because it shows our value to the.
Who winds up in office with a protest with your protest?
I don't know. I don't care. You don't understand. I don't care.
You don't care who's in office.
No, I care who's in office, but for the sake of what we're trying to do, we can't compromise right now and say, okay, they gave us, instead of warm water, they gave us cold water. We can't settle for that. We are too compromised we are too compromised. Okay. We are literally too compromised, I think. And
works for me, Fred. Works for me, dude.
Okay, gotcha.
Do your protest, sir. Proceed, Governor.
I am. If I can't vote for myself, I'm not voting at all. DB, call it.
You'll vote down ballot though, right? You will do that.
Yeah, we'll do all that.
You'll do down ballot.
Define down ballot.
I'm talking about local, judges and sheriffs and that kind of stuff. For Jackie Lacey, you're gonna vote for Jackie Lacey, right?
Hell no. No. I didn't protest for 30 days to vote for Jackie Lacey. No, I'm not doing none of that. I'm not doing none of that. Not at all.
So you'll at least vote against her. Because a no vote or not voting is a vote for Jackie, right? If you don't vote
voting for everything
against her.
I'm voting for everything.
Okay.
I'm gonna spend that week, and we're gonna talk about it on the show. I'm gonna spend that week going through the ballots. Like, I don't blindly vote for shit. Oh, I don't know who the fuck that is. No.
Yeah.
I'm not taking no more phone calls. Only DB's phone call. That's it.
That ain't right. That ain't right. You turn the lines
off. 11 o'clock. It's 11 o'clock.
I know. I said you turn the lines off. That ain't right.
Yeah, the phone lines are back on. I'm not taking no more phone calls, but DB. Hey, what's up, man? DB, can you hear me?
Yep, I'm right here.
All right, no more phone calls. Don't call in.
Hey, right. DB.
How you doing, Queen?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, man, y'all having a fire discussion. These discussions will always cause fire and friction. It's gonna be real.
But before we go, I want y'all, I paid thousands of dollars for this picture in my office, right? I don't think y'all fully grasp how militant Fred is. I think y'all really got to understand this. Do y'all see this picture in my office? I'm a militant, and in order for us to win, we all got to have that militant ideology. I don't care for Trump. I have no respect for Trump. But I will say this. In order for us to win as a people, we're going to have casualties. And that's what we're afraid of. We're afraid to have a civil war because guess what? We're civil. We think we're civil. We think we're Americans. We really think that we're Americans in this country. That is the most hilarious shit I've ever thought. We literally think we're Americans.
Well, I think as a people, we are reluctant to make sacrifices. I will agree with you on that. And that's why, I think we continue to have the problems that we do as a people, because we won't make those hard choices. We won't make those sacrifices. I will agree with that.
I think, Fred,
Yeah, go ahead.
help me, tell me if I'm correct in translating this.
Yeah, go ahead.
You are not against, I'm sorry, you're not for Donald Trump.
Mm-mm.
You are, goddamn, can you turn the phone off?
I can't. We're done, Asia. Go ahead. I'm
yeah.
with.
You are not for Donald Trump, of course, right? I mean, I think that's pretty simple. And I think for anybody that's in the chat that's saying you for Trump, I mean, it's they're just kind of being cheeky.
Yeah.
We all know Fred ain't for no fucking Donald Trump.
Mm-hmm.
But I think you're saying that we can't just continuously vote for whatever Democrat is there and hope that things change. Is that correct?
Yes.
We're blindly just voting for whatever Democrat is there. Because even if it wasn't Donald Trump, it could have been Ronald Reagan Jr. God damn it.
With no accountability.
Ronald Reagan Jr. And the majority of our people, and I'm not one of those, but the majority of our people would just vote Democrat just because there's a white Republican in office.
Hey, you got to say that again. I was distracted. I'm sorry. I don't want to say yes, and then I'll be fuck. What the fuck did I just say yes to? But go ahead. This conversation is too strong for me just to be like an auto nod.
You are not for Donald Trump. You're just saying that we can't elect a Democrat in office, be it black or white, and not expect anything from them. Yes. And I know Reggie was asking me earlier, he was saying, well, where was the pressure for the, maybe the two of you guys can answer, you and Sergeant George can answer this. Where was the pressure on the white Republican president, Donald Trump?
Listen. Okay, I'm glad. That's a great conversation to have next Wednesday. We got to have this conversation next Wednesday. Listen, what's more important, a friend close or family afar? Friend close, right? The Democratic Party votes minimum 92% black every presidential election. Why the fuck would I talk to 8% of black people? That's not efficient. If 92% of black people voted for Donald Trump, I would be talking to 92% of Republicans. The fact that black people think that they're Democrat, the fact that black people think that they're Republican is asinine. Is fucking asinine. How the fuck can you say you're a Democrat and Republican when the fucking Constitution say you 3/5 of a man? Every black people are afraid. They are afraid to stand up and go get what they supposed to get. Go get what this motherfucker already gave you. We built this shit. We built this country. Mexicans came after us. And we're still saying, oh, we want to be equal. Indians came after us. Everybody always say black people came first. The first black person was in Africa. So that means we fucking created that's ever been existing and ever been fucking thought in the history of this fucking planet. And yet we are afraid to own it. We want to be equal. We ain't got time to be equal with nobody. Okay? We want to go to war. Let's go to war. That's the only way we're going to get it, is we got to go to war. Fred is willing to go to war. 99% of black people ain't, because you know what they say? We just got to vote. No, nigga, we got to pick up a motherfucking gun. That's what we got to do. We got to pick up a motherfucking gun and go to the White House. Wherever the war is at, that's where we got to go meet it. These racist white mother... I see so many black. I've never posted a Karen on my site ever in my life. Why the fuck is black people posting Karens? Talking shit to a black person. Punch the bitch.
Right.
Punch her husband in the fucking face. Why are we fucking negotiating with the devil? We just so passive. I pray for a fucking Karen to come up to me. I pray for a 300-pound white dude to come up. I pray. I swear to God, every day I pray for it. Every day. And I hope my son is there so he can see it. That's what we gotta be. And we're too afraid. We're fucking negotiating with a racist man who owns a restaurant. We're negotiating with him. Hey, here's my $100. I can pay for $100 steak too. It's too much. We're too afraid. We are too afraid. We're going to vote, and guess what? They're going to extend some social programs. They're going to massage your intelligence and say, hey, you can go to college too. You can go to the Navy too. Oh, you can get WIC the rest of your life. You can get Section 8 the rest of your life. It's okay. You see, we take great care of you. You understand what I'm saying? This is a war. We have to confront the war. Confront. Everybody got guns in the chat, right? Everybody, nigga, come fuck with me. I'm gonna blow his brains out. Yeah, I'm gonna blow his brains out, nigga. But we post Karens every fucking day harassing black people. Less than 10% of the people that we post, these Karens and these motherfucking white people, we don't touch them. Man. That will never happen a day in my life. Never a day. You will never ever ask Hoop Jab go to Hoop Jab's YouTube channel and that's what I did to that 6'7" white boy. I don't give a fuck. Listen, I don't function like that at all, period. The same way I'm fearless in boxing, I don't give a fuck if it's Andre Ward, Kenny Porter, Floyd Mayweather, and the list goes on and on. That's the same fearlessness that I have in real life. And that's the expectation that we should have as a people.
But that's not real, Fred, because 9 times out of 10, folks don't have that kind of heart. Folks are not willing to make that sacrifice. And so if you understand that, if you know that to be true, then what? Because when you out there socking Karen in the head and her husband, reminds me of that movie with Will Ferrell.
It hasn't happened yet. And I want it to happen.
But I'm just saying, it reminds me of that movie with Will Ferrell where he old school or something, he's running down the street butt naked and his wife pulls up with her girlfriends in the car and she's like, honey, what are you doing? And he's like, oh, we're streaking. And she's like, who? And he's like, all of us. And he looks back and there's nobody there. It's just his dumb ass running down the street naked. So if black people don't have that heart as a whole, they're not about that life, then what you are wanting is never going to happen because folks are not about that life. So now what? So now what? What do we do come January? Because come January, it's going to be one or the other. So what do we do going forward?
That's the passivity in us. Like people say,
so what do we do?
Wait, no, but I'm gonna get there. That's the mind fuck that they got us under. We have a real option. If we go to war for 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, I don't know how long a war is. I don't know. Every nigga say they got a gun. Every nigga say they a real nigga. But George Zimmerman is still walking around in Florida. You understand? Ooh. You understand what I'm saying? Hip hop ain't what we fucking chasing a little nigga with rainbow hair that's protected by the government. How dumb is this shit? You understand what I'm saying?
How is it that George Zimmerman and any other one like him, George Zimmerman, Derek Chauvin, I have to be very careful about what I say, but Christopher Dorner, he was a bad boy.
Yeah,
and it ain't a whole bunch of them.
Yeah, and that's the reality of it. So
what do you do if you understand that he was a fucking unicorn? So what do you do?
I don't think that
he was a unicorn.
I don't think that he was just a unicorn. I think I tried before you came on. I tried to assemble an army here in LA. I tried for like a month. And I know that's not long enough, but I gotta take my focus elsewhere if I'm not getting any support, right? We claim we real niggas, right? We claim we got guns, nigga. I got this, I got that. Okay, me too. Now what we gonna do with it? You understand what I'm saying? I reached out to the NOI. We don't carry guns. What the fuck you mean you don't carry guns, nigga? Oh, what? Oh, you the best fighter in the world? Come on, man. Like, we've been bamboozled on so many fronts. Niggas think voting is a solution. Voting for black people is an act of passivity. And we were too afraid to have this real conversation. Believing in Jesus Christ is an act of passivity. We're too afraid to have these conversations in real life in real time.
So knowing that, Fred, knowing that you tried, now what?
I say this. I still stand on what I said. We have to exert power. Voting for status quo is not exerting power.
How do you exert the power?
Extract resource. The same way what I did. Here's what I did. When I found out, I wasn't mature. You know what I mean? But when I found out Jewish got reparations 6 months, well, how long ago was the DB? Maybe 6 weeks ago, maybe 7 weeks ago.
Yeah, about 2 months.
That shit smacked me in the face so motherfucking hard, Sarge. I said, you know what I did the next day? Research black banks. Where am I taking my money? I took a substantial amount of money, split it between an Asian bank and a black bank. You understand? Now I got to go through I got to do some tenant education over the next year so they can start paying in a new bank and stuff. Listen, we got to extract our resources and be fearless about it.
You know, that's easy for you to do, Fred, because you live down there somewhere around Crenshaw, I think, and there's only like 1 or 2 black banks. What do the rest of us do? Because ain't no black banks out here where I am. What do the rest of us do? Every time I want to go get 2 quarters, I got to drive all the way to fucking Crenshaw and Vernon.
No, but it's cyber banks. You got AIG that don't show. I'm just saying I'm situations like everything.
AIG is not a black bank.
No, I'm just using them as the example. I'm just because I bought stock in them. I'm just saying everything is cyber now. Like you don't even need a local bank. You don't even need a local bank. You know, you can literally just, I was talking to a bank in Atlanta to take my portfolio, but they won't negotiate. I don't get it, man. People are just so fucking conditioned. If I'm going to give you nothing, that's a personal conversation. But I'll just say this: we have to extract our resources. Malcolm X said it, man. This nigga sells a loaf of bread in our community, bundles up the money, drives 30 miles, and takes it somewhere else. We are the only people where everything is in our community. Mexican food, Thai food, Ebonics food, nigga food, but we go to Chinatown, we can't even read the signs. We go to East LA, everything is in Spanish. We go to
but back to my original question is, I get that, but you know that we don't have the stick to itness as a people. We don't. We're not willing to make the sacrifices. So what do you do when you don't have that support? You said you tried for a couple of months and then you gave up?
I didn't give up. I had to. Go ahead. Who wants to talk?
Yeah, no, me.
Okay.
Let me just say this real quick. We can't say that we don't have the willpower, that we don't have the discipline. You can say historically we haven't had it, but now is a different day and a different time. And again, Fred, correct me if I'm wrong. I think Fred is also saying that there hasn't been a time where we've seen this type of unity of us being together when we were out in the streets, marching shoulder to shoulder, hand to hand. We had our guns out and we were ready with guns blazing. And we've never had that in this, in the last couple of generations. And he's saying if that is what we need, and again, I hate to use the person, but if there's a person in office that's going to cause us to sort of revolt and to kick up some dust so that there's change, then so be it. Is that what you're saying, Fred?
Yeah. Okay. I was reading the chat as well.
Before you finish that, because there's 2 super chats. Mike Weary the Great. Mike Weary, he says, policies over parties, facts, big facts. And then he came back again in a super chat. And where is it at? Oh, there it is. Mike Weary the Great said, we didn't get ourselves in here by voting. We wouldn't get ourselves out by working. Reparations or no vote. Policies over parties. Thanks for the super chat, Mike.
I just think it's just imperative that we fucking go balls in. We do it on the basketball court. We'll do it for a fucking trophy. We can't do it for a culture. Come on, man. Come on, man. I'm maybe I'm different. I don't care who the president. That's the problem. That so many naive minds don't grasp this concept. Fuck a Republican. Fuck a Democrat. Pay me, nigga. Pay me what I'm worth. Y'all, man, nothing comes free in this world. You take a girl on a date, you got to pay for the dinner. You got to pay for the lunch. You got to pay for the tomahawk steak. You know what I mean? If you get married a woman, she's a size 7. You get what I'm saying? If she like red bottoms, you got to spend $1,000 on the red bottom. Nothing is free except our vote. Niggas are loyal Democrats. I don't grasp the loyalty to a fucking party when we got social media educating us every day on truths. We got motherfucking Facebook, Instagram. You got the barbershop. We're being educated every day on truths. Every day. And we still want to shake their hand. We still want to dance with them. I don't dance with them. I don't cover non-black. 98% of my platform is mostly black fighters, right? 95%. Yep. Let's be safe. I can make an extra $3,000 or $4,000 talking about Canelo, talking about Lomachenko, talking about whoever else. I can make easily because my personality can drive content, right? I don't do it. I don't. That's the sacrifice that I made personally.
That's you. But everybody's not built like that. Everybody's not built like that.
Here's another super chat real quick. SS Caesar in super chat. He said, Trump clearly don't know how to run this country. I'm voting to watch their nation fall, to watch their dollar to fall. The only way to build a black nation is for their nation to fall.
Good point.
Salute to SS Caesar in the super chat.
Dude, I need to talk. We need to, you know what? Everybody go do their homework on the Roman Empire. I'm going to give y'all motherfuckers 30 days. All right, 30 days, and we're going to come back and have a conversation on it because y'all niggas need to fully grasp about how empire falls. How your empire falls, man. Y'all really got to see how it happens. Just Google it. Go watch 3 or 4 YouTube videos. That'll give you a good grasp, and we'll have that conversation, and we'll compare.
Are you going to try this again, Fred, in another, month, 2?
No, we're going to come back.
What you were trying before. What you tried before, and then you just said, to heck with it, because
we're talking about the gun party.
Whatever it was you were trying to do,
I didn't get no traction. I didn't get any traction on it, so I had to.
Now what?
You
just let it go.
It's not that I let it go, but I had to put other stuff before it now. You know what I mean? So what I'm trying to do now is create visuals. People are visual now. People want to learn in fucking minute clips, right? So I'm trying to produce like these movie contents and shit to educate people and tell them the truth. And you know what I mean? No one wants to live. Everyone's afraid to die. You know what I mean? Like and that's okay. I get it. But I'm sure we got 20,000 motherfuckers that'll say fuck it. You know what I mean? I reached out to the NFAC. They haven't responded back. I reached out to try and create a chapter here in Los Angeles. They haven't responded back to me. You know what I mean? So I went out and beyond what I invited him on the show. You know what I mean? I want to start a chapter. I can show y'all the email. I want to start a chapter. But so I didn't say I did the best that I can, but I've started the ball rolling. And I just think us sitting here saying I'm voting Democrat versus the most idiot. I mean, honestly, it's not idiotic because I don't want to make this like a tit for tat conversation, but the fact that we are debating Joe Biden and Donald Trump for me is like, are you serious?
Who's debating it?
No, I'm just saying that. Oh yeah, we got to get these super chats. Yeah.
Go ahead,
SS Caesar.
Hold on, there's
you gotta get SS Caesar
back in there again with the $2 holler. He said, "Guns, gold, and the guard need to be our focus."
And then Gregory,
guns, gold, and the guard need to be our focus. Yeah, that's a big fact. Big fact.
Yeah, Gregory, we need to talk about Rome, dog. Like how people sacrifice their fucking life, dog. Nigga, the men were out in the streets sacrificing their life. Like, anyhow, man, we're too
Gregory X, he said, Fred, it took 12 Caesars to destroy Rome. We've had 45 Caesars. About time. So,
yeah, man, it's we, man,
Are you ready to be that one man gang, Fred?
I can't.
You can fight.
I'm not foolish enough to do that. I'm not foolish enough to do that. I'll be a martyr instead of a hero. No, I'm not.
Well, I'm glad that you understand that.
I got kids. I 100% grasp that shit. I'm not gonna go out there and go with my semi-automatic, whatever it is, and ha. No, that's foolish. No. And honestly, if I'm gonna be one man doing this, I have to do the internet. In my humble opinion, I have to use my financial resources. I have to impact the circle of influence that I can impact. But if I have 20,000 people, guess what we fucking doing? We going right to City Hall. And there's nothing they can do to stop us. If I had 10 to 20,000 people, oh man, come on, man. Shit. Man, if I had 200, we going right to City Hall. We going right in the City Hall meeting and we gonna sit our asses down. And we gonna put our demands right on them and say, hey, we'll go to jail tonight. We getting out in the morning. But these are our demands.
In the meantime, we're doing what? What are we doing in the meantime?
I'm standing on my revote vote, and y'all are voting for Biden, and there's a percentage of people that's voting for Trump. You know what I mean? I just think that we need to have.
We just let the chips fall where they may, and we just deal with whatever we're stuck with come January 20th.
See, the beautiful thing about it is, as it pertains to national, I'm never gonna be stuck. I'm a hustler in real life. Like, I'm never gonna be stuck. You know what I mean?
Well, I don't mean literally. I don't mean literally.
But what I do fear is giving Lincoln and Kennedy at 16 keys to a Honda Civic. That's what I'm afraid of. You understand? I'm afraid of that. Like, that's one of my biggest fears. Or some nigga that got out of, or some nigga that didn't get the education he needed because the system failed him. And guess what he did? He takes his anger out on a little 15-year-old Kennedy, who was my daughter. You know what I mean? These are the things that I'm afraid of. So this is why I fight so much. You understand? This is why I'm passionate about it. So I'm not really afraid for me. I know how to make $3,000 a month to survive. You understand? If I got to work at McDonald's and Uber and sell t-shirts, I'm going to make $3,000 or $4,000 to survive, to pay this mortgage payment or whatever I got to do. You understand? So I'm not too concerned with that. I think that we have to fight for tomorrow.
But again, that's not everybody.
Yeah,
everybody's not built that way. So what about the ones that aren't built that way? What do they do?
They can work in the kitchen. You know what I mean? There's jobs for everybody. There's jobs for everybody. But if we had 200 to 300, I swear, if we had 200 to 300 men in LA, we gonna storm City Hall. And these are our demands. We can't take 200 people nationally, but that's what we gotta hold these politicians accountable. They hold the keys to millions of dollars. We got a super chat.
Mike Weary the Great back in there again. Mike Weary the Great said, no tangibles, no vote. Let the system fall.
And Terrence Bailey.
I don't see Terrence Bailey.
It's up now.
I teach gun safety to black women and youth. Counteracting media bullshit about rifles by demonstration on the range and instruction. Terrence Bailey is he's all about the right to bear arms and the
he's a military man.
Shoot that motherfucker anytime.
Military man. He's a military man. And I just I get mad. Not mad. Mad is the wrong word, because I don't get mad at all as it pertains to this. But it's just I don't grasp the concept how people say if you don't vote for Biden, you love Trump. Why don't we deal with the problem instead of deflecting? That's a deflection tactic. You know what I mean? Oh, you don't vote for Biden. You love Trump. Nah, I survived Reagan. I survived Bush. I survived Clinton. I survived Obama. I survived
another
Bush, and I'm survived this guy Trump. I'm gonna survive the president, whoever he is. I'm not. That's not my concern. Like the concern is we got to rewrite this Constitution and get our reparations.
Yeah. So are we going to continue this?
No, we got to come back Wednesday. We'll come back next Wednesday. We're gonna come back next Wednesday. So
all right, cool. So let's go ahead and start wrapping up, and then no, because this conversation will. I mean,
it's gonna come up organically anyway. It's gonna come up organically.
Yeah, we'll be having this between now and November 3rd.
Yeah, that's why I say you should come on Tuesday when they're counting the votes.
Yeah.
Come on Tuesday and Wednesday. Why did I say just one day? Shit, come on Tuesday and Wednesday. Shit.
Well, I want you guys to be able to, let your hair down and not have to worry about me in here.
Yeah.
Cramping your style.
No, ain't no cramping my style. Shit. You know what I mean?
So Sergeant Dorsey asked a very important question, and I kind of state this a lot of times too. She kept saying, "What's the answer? What's the solution? What's the answer? What's the solution?" And that's a real question, And of course, sometimes we don't have the answer right on hand, but that's something for us to think about from now until next Wednesday. What are the solutions and what are the answers? And they can't be, 50,000 feet high. Like we need something. I think Mike Weary said it a second ago. It's got to be something that's tangible. It's got to be something that's reachable. And once we have something that's tangible and reachable and we accomplish that, then we say, okay, now we know that we can accomplish that. Now let's go for the next level. But we have to have some answers. And so let's just say that Joe Biden wins this, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's in office. Nothing changes for us, right? Or not much. Then what's the next step? What do? We wait it out and say, well, we got to give him a chance again. Let's wait 4 more years. Or do we have somebody, a senator somewhere, a governor somewhere, or some fucking celebrity, some celebrity somewhere ready to
The Rock.
Advance our people.
The Rock.
Right. The Rock, right. That's that type of crazy shit.
He's worth $200 million. How he gonna have it? I mean, like, come on, man. Like these bubble dudes, like he got $200 million, man. Come on, he ain't got our problems. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So. Yeah. But yeah, this is a good topic, and it's still going to continue in about in 10 minutes. We walking right down the street. It's two buildings down on the left hand side.
Mm-hmm.
It says Owens, not like Candace because she's Owen, but this is Owens. You see the Owens Den, 2 buildings down on the left hand side, and there's a little sign as soon as you walk in the door that says politics room. Go in there, Reggie's going to be leading the way, and we're going to continue this conversation tonight. But salute to all the OGs that was in here, man. OG Gregory X, Champion Hart, Donald Grant, and we didn't see the Deacon in here tonight. So Deacon, we know you.
He called in.
Right now.
He called in.
He called. Huh?
He called right when Cheryl and I was heating up. So I pushed everyone. Right. I pushed everyone. I was like, nah, we ain't doing this not right now. So
right on.
He'll call it tomorrow.
And, and OG Terrence Bailey Sr. So salute to all of the OGs. Salute to the Queens that's in here. I know Patty Dean and Monty was in here earlier. And big shout out to the goddess Sergeant Dorsey. Shout out to Chicago, man. They had a whole lot of people in here, and their crew was in here representing. You know what I'm saying? California is always first and foremost, and the capital of the real capital of California and the U.S. is Los Angeles, and we always had the most people in here representing hardcore. I jumped back on chat, so Sergeant Dorsey had her chat going a little bit too. I saw J8 and OG Eric from St. Louis. They were over there engaging the people over on Sergeant Dorsey's side, and yeah, man, it was pretty good. We got Omega Red and Jay Cooley back in here. The most Southern boys, all they want to do is shit. They say, forget the devil and let me shoot my gun. Right. Peace to Mike Weary, man. He gave us a couple of super chats. And the goal for him is, what do you say, policies over parties. And we respect that.
DB, let's get 200 men and go to City Hall. Can we do that? Can we work on that?
Yeah, I'm with it, man. Listen, whatever we do, we supporting black people. I'm right there. So if Sergeant Dorsey got something going on, I'm right there. If you got something going on, I'm right there. You know, I may not agree 100% with whatever we're doing, but I agree with supporting black people. That's damn sure.
Now, let me correct, Reggie. I didn't censor the show. How the hell did I censor the show? I just needed to get my point across. Because if I keep on taking calls, then my message becomes fragmented. I don't censor. Censoring the show is saying you can't talk. I had to make a point tonight, and that's what I did. Anyways, go ahead, continue.
Yeah, no, I think some people were geographically confused. They thought that Sacramento was the capital of California. I had to make sure people are corrected.
It's LA.
Los Angeles, South Central Los Angeles.
Rock say it wouldn't be LA. It wouldn't be without black love. You know what I mean? LA, Mexicans, and you know whatever. I'm just so. You know, he said so, that. Yeah.
Sergeant Dorsey, you got to make sure you keep saying your ring size because you know it's a battle for the heart.
Listen, I'm disappointed because I was, you know, I had already picked out a shape and everything, and then I didn't hear nothing back. So I'm easily frustrated right now.
Yeah, I think somebody was saying, and I think what's his name? DB was in the chat earlier saying a stand up so you can entice them to go out and get that ring ASAP. But you know, don't listen to DB. That was Lil DB.
Okay, thanks, Reg. Yeah, I never want to censor y'all. I don't believe in censorship at all. I really don't. You know, I don't do it with my kids. When my son hit me, I said, interesting. You know what I mean? Like I was like, is that the right response? That's what I think. Was that, and then I'll talk to him about it. He hit me early. He brushed his teeth right when I left you. He hit me. He was like, he just punched me in my thigh, and I was like, my head, I was like, was that warranted? You know what I mean? So I cathartically go through that process, and I respond like a man. I'll punch him back. You know what I mean? Obviously, the 2 pounds is probably 2 pounds of pressure, but you know what I mean? Like, you know, I don't have the perfect answer for being a father. I'm learning. I'm only 5 years in, but you know what I mean? I definitely don't want to censor my kids, you know what I mean? And I don't want to censor y'all, you know, so that's just what I don't believe in censorship at all, you know, but we are partnering with YouTube though. So that kind of, you know what I mean? We got to play around that deal, but yeah, I get it.
Yeah. Cool. Sergeant Dorsey, you got any parting words?
Just for those of you who are going to be around tomorrow, I'll be on my YouTube channel at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. East Coast, and I'm going to have the first Black female sheriff in Philadelphia, Sheriff Rochelle Bilal.
Oh, I'm excited.
She looks like me, she talks like me, and it's going to be a good time. You guys who've been with me the last couple of weeks have heard and seen folks who you guys didn't know existed often ask me, where are the good ones, the real ones? Where are those who talk like you and look like you? Well, I'm going to have another one on tomorrow, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. On the East Coast on my YouTube channel, Sergeant Dorsey Speaks. So stop by.
Beautiful.
Right on. All right. And for us, just give a shout out to some of our people over here. Box fans in the building, CPT Compton, Picasso in here. Who's Dre Finest stayed up with us. Young Merv, the cut man out of San Diego. SoCal in the house representing hardcore. We got DOG 215 Philly in the UK in the building. Not Israel was in the chat. H Money came in late. Brother, why not? Like I said, Terrence Bailey Sr. Salute. J.A. Dixon, our brother. Tone Brown out the shy. Philip H. Champion Hart. Sergeant had him on there blushing. He pulled up his sleeves a little bit so you could see the cut in his arms. You know, our brother SS Caesar talking about where the best pizza spot is at. Andrew Charles. And I know we don't see him, but People Hernandez in there with his Source magazine with 5 mics on top ready to give it to us. Rob G, Mir, all of the brothers, man. Salute.
And yep. Sergeant Dorsey, Caesar told you that he lives in Arizona, say he doesn't worry about his air conditioner bill either. He say he has no worries. So if you ever in Arizona,
okay.
He said
that's freeway close. That's freeway close.
He beat me, Sergeant Dorsey. All I could do is turn my fan on high.
Yeah, shit. But But if your belly button is sweating, you're doing a good thing. You know what I mean? You're doing a good deed. So that's the goal. Man. Just sweat the belly button. You know what I mean? Oh man.
All right. Look at Jay Cooley, man. There's always somebody at the end of the chat to say something crazy. That's for you, Fred.
Oh, what'd he say? Jay Cooley.
Play this song.
Oh, you see why you set me up like that?
Got him.
See how you made me look at that girl with the fat ass? You see how you did that? You see how you did that shit? Hey, look, Fred.
Hey, Reggie Owens in 5 minutes. We have Reggie Owens in 5 minutes.
Reggie Owens. Yeah, man. Oh, man. You got me worked up, Cheryl.
We'll do this again next week.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you. I needed that. Yeah. We appreciate y'all coming. Where Asia.
Let me say goodbye to my family as well. See you later on Sergeant Dorsey's YouTube channel. I'm signing out.
Yeah. Oh man. Champion Heart. Asia Mav got thumbs down. No rehearsal. Robin here, yeah. Hey, cause the devil is alive. Hey, good job. Telling you the truth. Hey, it's all in what you do. Hey, the things you gotta do. Hey. Millions. Take a minute. When much expected, much is given. Hey, you can rock this. Sure, you can rock this song, huh? Can you play this in your whip?
I don't know. You know, when you start getting technical. Oh, you talking about my car? Oh, in my car?
Yeah, can you play this in your Can you play this?
Yeah, I could. I like this. As a matter of fact, you got to tell me who this is so I can get the lyrics and maybe I might, hum it one day.
DB was responsible for it. We got Rob. What's up, Rob?
Good night, Dave Jack.
Run the game like I'm A6. Learn to develop patience, determined to be the greatest. Yeah, bobbing and weaving, they changing up like the seasons.
Hey, this was a fun show, man.
That was good stuff.
That was a great show, man. We appreciate y'all coming in, man. And never be afraid to be yourself in the barbershop, man. Never be afraid, man. We got this dogmatic Democrat Reggie Owens in this motherfucker. So, hey. Oso Lando. Shout out to Fred Sergeant Dorsey from the Vernon Boys. Crenshaw the Fig. Hey. Thank you, dog. We appreciate you, man. We appreciate you. Last time and we out this son of a gun. I should play with no rehearsal. Pete Hernandez, he made it.
Cause the devil is alive.
Hey, good job, homie. Good job. Hey. It's all in what you do. Hey, the things you gotta do. Hey. Hey, Reggie Owens.
DOG 215. See me on point.
Appreciate y'all. Love you, DB. Hey,
love you, brother.
Hey, Red.
In a minute.
All right, one. Hey, Red, you got to start your live 5 minutes before we end. You know what I mean? So people can and you can put the link, and then we can just go on over there. All right, man. We gone. We out this son of a bitch, man. I appreciate y'all. Thank you, Miss Dorsey.
See you next week. Bye-bye.